I wasn't going to stream, but now I'm just sitting here at a point where I'm just 3D printing and kind of waiting. So I'm pretty sure I told you guys I was going to take the day to finish Halloween costumes, but I'm just kind of at a part where I'm just sitting here. So. Yeah, I'm still going to be working on it. I just figured we could hang out and, I don't know, watch something or fuck off. I don't know.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer.
I'm marking dowel rods and cutting them currently, so bear with me. I need 12 pieces of 3/8 inch square dowel. I need 8 blocks that I'm 3D printing. It's getting complicated in here, guys. Jesus Christ. I did 2 test blocks, but I'm making a video game explosive. Like literally a video. This probably sounds like I'm trying to downplay that I'm making an actual explosive, but this is really from a video game. Everybody says in a video game. Here's an idea. Don't be a shitty person that hides your racism behind black fatigue. I saw a person comparing two videos today. It was so disgusting. So this person was comparing a video of like there was a bunch of white teenagers at a restaurant, and they were waiting for the order 67 to come up, order 67, so they could all scream. And they got real quiet, and the guy's like, "Hey, order 67," and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah." And all the comments are like, "These people are uniting America. We're bringing it back. Blah blah blah. This is what's right with the world." Shit like that. Then she had a video of some black kids standing outside of a business. And someone said something. They all started cheering and like screaming and jumping the same exact way the white teenage kids did, right? And all the comments were like, they never changed. It's inbred into them. This is why I'm so tired of black people. Black fatigue. Black fatigue is just racism. Okay? It's just racism. That's what it's called.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is
6'7" doesn't actually mean anything.
Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Ooh, welcome. Oh, what's over there? Oh, that's part of my camera. Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. The 6'7" meme is really weird. Apparently, it was used a while back to mean something else. I don't know. But it came from like this stupid kind of song, and then that song, it all came from a meme, and it doesn't actually mean anything. When people say 6'7", they're not calling you something. They're not saying they like something, they hate something. It doesn't mean anything. It's literally just like I want to say that's what she said or something like that, but at least that's what she said kind of makes a joke. But it's just like, it's like a conversation filler that doesn't mean anything. And then when people accidentally say it, like if you call out order 6'7", or when I was at my sister's wedding, somebody was looking for somebody. I was like, oh, he was here probably 6-7 minutes ago. They're like, ah, like scream out like you accidentally said, but it doesn't actually mean anything. I did see the Peter Thiel South Park thing. That was actually pretty good. I wonder if I'll get a... Probably. I forgot that existed. Let's grab that. I'll probably get a copyright thing on it, but this isn't gonna be some groundbreaking stream that everybody needs to see. I'm fucking around with my 3D printer. So I think this is it. Yeah, Dr. J shared it. If you haven't seen this. This kind of gives, it's not the full episode, but it kind of gives you a rundown of the episode. Let me get some audio.
But I got stuck on problem 6 and 7. Did you guys do your homework last night? I tried to, but I got stuck on problem 6 and 7. 6 and 7.
So now
7.
Someone who is the highest authority on biblical
It was like this weird song that had the phrase 6'7" in it. And then they took that and put it over a video of this athlete that was being introduced, and he was 6'7". And then they just started attaching it to everything with 6 and 7.
prophecies. This person is an absolute expert on the end of days and the
That's Jesus standing there. And who's the expert in the Antichrist? Not Jesus, Peter Thiel.
coming of the Antichrist. Please welcome Mr. Peter Thiel.
I don't know what to say.
What happens when a tech billionaire tries to outsmart the devil with data? That's
Peter Thiel. This is not a South Park joke. He literally believes in the Antichrist. And he thinks the Antichrist is going to come and try to stop society from achieving its peak through AI, technology, social media infrastructures like computer stuff. And then he can maybe prevent, but at least track and monitor. So you know how Peter Thiel owns Palantir, which is like A6753009? No, that's not the song. Peter Thiel owns Palantir, which is basically like being used by everybody, including the U.S. government, and it's to monitor everybody. That's one of his... He says the program is like for military and government, blah, blah, blah. But one of these side things he talks about it doing is he thinks he can either prevent, slow down, or maybe predict the rise of the Antichrist by monitoring everybody through video surveillance and AI. Like, that's fucking insane, right?
That's not a riddle. It's South Park's latest nightmare. In an episode that's as chaotic as it is brilliant, Trey Parker and Matt Stone turned Silicon Valley's secretive king, Peter Thiel, into a prophet of the end times. A man convinced he can prevent the Antichrist by tracking children through Wi-Fi cameras. It's dark, hilarious, and disturbingly believable. From the opening frame, Twisted Christian doesn't hold back. Satan is pregnant. Donald Trump might be the father, and the town of South Park treats it like just another Monday.
He tells the all the kids that the reason that the God made the devil to where he couldn't get pregnant by making his butthole so tiny.
I have no idea how to...
And only Trump could ever have a butthole small enough to make the devil pregnant.
...an abortion on the offspring of Satan. To do that, you need some kind of expert on the Antichrist.
But this isn't your usual doomsday parody. This episode dives straight into the digital soul of modern America, where memes become scripture, billionaires become messiahs, and nobody can tell the difference between salvation and surveillance. And just when you think the show couldn't get any wilder, it introduces a chilling new gospel written in code.
And I know about the Antichrist. Let's learn about the Antichrist today. Hello kids, I'm Peter Thiel and I'm here to talk to you about the Antichrist.
It all starts with something stupid, a random SoundCloud song called Doot Doot. The lyrics? Just the words
there it is.
6 and 7.
Doot Doot. That's the name of the song. The lyrics are just the words 6 and 7. Here, let's see if we can sample a portion of it.
Can I go here, Goldwell?
Yes, hold on, show TLA.
It is me. Shades on Apple with the glasses. Bro say cause he a savage. So many dead ops, so many ashes. You ain't catch that, I can't pass. The shooter stay strapped, I don't need mine. Bro put belt right to they behind. The way that switch, I know he died. 6'7", I just bit
6'7".
I just bit right on the highway. Track hawking sitting in the driveway. Pull up, do dump truck, baby shark, do. I pop the perk and pop the blue. I get geek like a custom too. Say the rap, bro, we could smack out. Pull up clean in my white tee, rolling off a honeydew. Diamonds beat me straight from Lex. And I got a custom away. Way too.
I do not like this song at all.
Back to back.
And I like rap music. Like
that track, I just bipped the back to back. Throw some D's up on that bitch. Hurricane, baby, hurricane.
Anyways, we heard the 6'7" part. That's where it comes from. That song.
That's it. But in South Park, stupidity spreads faster than scripture. Within days, kids start chanting it like a spell. Teachers panic. Parents call it satanic math. Every time someone says 6 or 7, Cartman's body twists and convulses like he's possessed.
The Bible refers to the eagle.
So it uses Cartman in here like the old Exorcist movie. He's possessed kind of like in the Exorcist movie, including like head spinning and shooting out green vomit or whatever. And it's the 6'7" thing that's possessed him or causes him to have this reaction.
Refers to America, the fourth seal broken and hell coming to earth. It's right here in Revelation 6.
So he realizes it's Revelation 6:7. So that ties it back into the meme.
No demons, no witchcraft. Just viral nonsense that somehow feels prophetic. The episode captures that exact moment where meme culture turns into mass hysteria. One tweet becomes a belief system, and soon the town is split between those who think it's a joke and those who think it's Revelation 6:7 coming to life. The brilliance here...
That is true. In the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 7, describes the opening of the fourth seal.
subtle. South Park isn't mocking religion. It's mocking how the internet replaced it, how algorithms became the new preachers, how attention itself turned into worship. But that wasn't the whole story, because someone was about to give this meme a messiah. The school needs help. The kids are obsessed, the teachers are terrified, and the town is losing its mind. So, who do they call? Not a priest, not a scientist. They call Peter Thiel.
The Lord God did shrink Satan's asshole to the size
There it is.
of a little pinhole, so nothing could ever penetrate and ejaculate inside of it.
The doors open, and in walks a man who looks less like a savior and more like a machine that believes in miracles. Calm, emotionless, dressed in black, the parody of Thiel steps up to the podium. His voice is robotic, his eyes are cold, and his PowerPoint presentation is titled Understanding the Antichrist Through Data.
He's talking about it everywhere he goes.
Yes.
He was on Ross Douthat's pod talking about it. He said maybe Greta Thunberg is the Antichrist.
Yes, he's also the co-founder of Palantir.
He explains prophecy like he's pitching a startup. The Antichrist, he says, is not a demon. It's a system, a self-replicating algorithm born out of human sin. His Bible verses are spreadsheets. His commandments are data points. And then he drops the line that freezes the room. The Antichrist will walk the earth in 6 to 7 weeks. The kids laugh, the adults don't, because Thiel isn't joking, he's dead serious. He's treating the end of days like an IPO. That's when you realize South Park isn't just making fun of him, it's making fun of all of us. Of every tech messiah who thinks he can fix humanity with code. But things were about to get darker, because once Thiel sees prophecy as a problem to solve, he decides to take control of it.
And keep it quiet. Nobody can know that we are working together.
Uh-oh. Working with JD Vance.
Give you full access to everyone's data.
Enter Vice President JD Vance, another real-world figure turned cartoon chaos agent. He approaches Thiel with a mission straight out of a conspiracy forum. We have to stop the birth of the Antichrist. Suddenly, the apocalypse becomes a government project.
Your son is the key to saving our country, Miss Cartman. Everything we hold dear could end. We have to unlock the secrets he holds, no matter what it takes.
Vance and Thiel form an unholy alliance. Silicon Valley meets Bible Belt. One has money, the other has power, and both think they're chosen. Their target, Donald Trump, the supposed father of Satan's unborn child. The scene that follows is pure South Park insanity. Trump barges into Planned Parenthood like he's hosting The Apprentice Judgment Day edition. He's there to negotiate with hell, demanding an emergency procedure for national security. The doctor doesn't even flinch. She just tells him he'll need an expert on the Antichrist. The punchline, that expert is
Trump goes to Planned Parenthood.
Debug the devil with software.
What is the Antichrist? The Antichrist is a newer and more human form of Satan that will soon walk the earth. We don't know how soon it will walk the earth, but it could be within the next 6 to 7 weeks.
I've downloaded all the students' information and loaded them into an AI face detection program so the school security cameras can watch their every move. Now look.
This is where satire turns surgical. Parker and Stone flip the narrative completely. The same people who preach about saving souls are now panicking about stopping a birth. Power and morality collapse into farce. It's brutal, hilarious, and uncomfortably real. But Thiel's crusade was far from over, because his next move would turn a town into a surveillance state. By now, Thiel has lost all sense of balance. He sees evil in everything, and believes the only way to stop it is to monitor everyone.
Now look. 2 students passing each other in the hallway. They give each other the sign. 6-7. Exactly 67 seconds later, this odd parka-wearing child makes the same gesture.
So he storms into South Park Elementary, plugs into the school's security system, and hijacks every camera in sight. Within minutes, he's watching kids from a
Which is what he's literally doing with Palantir, right?
digital exorcist. His software tracks suspicious movements. His charts detect spiritual malware.
Inside the girls' bathroom, 2 girls doing the same thing. Wait, why is there a camera inside the girls' bathroom? To stop the Antichrist.
He even installs cameras in the bathrooms, justifying it with a line that might be one of the darkest jokes in South Park history: to stop evil where it hides. Teachers are horrified. Parents are confused. But Thiel insists this is how you save humanity.
Which is satire on us as a civilization, right? The Patriot Act, right? We gave up a ton of our freedom, autonomy, the ability for the government not to monitor and track us down and keep databases and the NSA spying on us and shit, all for safety, to stop this horrible thing that could happen again.
By watching it. And that's where the show hits its sharpest point. It's not just about a billionaire gone mad. It's about how we all accepted surveillance as salvation. How we traded privacy for protection, and now can't tell the difference. But that wasn't the end of his crusade, because Thiel was about to take his mission straight to the source of the madness, Eric Cartman himself. It's midnight. The Cartman house is dark, until headlights flash across the lawn. Thiel steps out, clutching a laptop like it's a holy relic. He tells Mrs. Cartman, "Your son is the key to saving our country."
The Lord labored 6 days, and on the 7th he rested. You will tell me the significance?
Inside, he sets up his ritual. Cables everywhere, screens flickering, random kids' faces flashing across the monitor.
South Park is funny, and as a kid, I thought it was just like funny. Like they're just making funny, shitty stuff, right? There's so much nuance to it. Like it's insane. The guys are really good at making a show and calling out things and showing us our own hypocrisy, right? Turning a mirror on us and saying this is the same thing you're doing, right? We just made it in a comical way with, you know, talking head cartoons, but you're doing the exact same thing.
Monitors as he mumbles about spiritual.
Peter Thiel is the Antichrist, no doubt.
Analytics. The lights dim. The house
What a fucking plot twist, dude.
By Google Cloud. Then he whispers the line that chills the.
What if he discovers that he's the Antichrist?
We must unlock the secret.
He's like obsessed with it. I met a preacher one time that was obsessed with it. He basically said that he had been doing this, his spiritual guidance and talking to God, and he was at the point now that God had told him, and he could confirm this through some research he did, that the Antichrist was already born, was already walking the earth, was somewhere between like, I don't know, 4 and 8 years old or some shit, because of moon phases and planet alignments and something in the Bible, blah, 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 whatever. And his life mission was to track him down. He was a, God damn, what do they call him? He had a ministry that went around. It's like when a guest preacher comes to your church. I can't remember what they call it. It doesn't matter. He had a ministry that went around, and he was basically trying to track down the Antichrist.
Secrets he holds, no matter what it takes. It's both prophecy and pitch deck, and that's what makes it terrifying. The entire sequence is a masterpiece of absurd tension. Teal looks possessed by his own technology. The machines that were supposed to save him are now consuming him. South Park turns the tech revolution into a horror story, where innovation becomes obsession and data becomes faith. But even this unholy ritual couldn't stop what was coming next. Just when you think the episode can't get any crazier, South Park drops its most ironic twist.
She just converted to Christianity. My wife met her at the same place that she became Christian.
So then I was like, you know what? I need a new direction in my life.
Jesus is back, but not in a church. He's at a cheesecake factory. He's sitting with PC Principal and Peggy Rockbottom, awkwardly sipping from a milkshake while soft pop plays in the background. It's funny, yes, but it's also painfully symbolic. Religion has been commercialized into something so casual, it's indistinguishable from entertainment. Meanwhile, Teal's cameras are
traveling snake, basically.
and drones.
There's like a word that we use, and maybe it's not that super common. There's a word that we use when we had like a guest speaker that like an evangelist, I guess, like a guy that travels and just goes from church to church to church and preaches his message and moves on, even though you have a preacher already.
Start attacking Jesus in a slow motion sequence that feels like the perfect metaphor. Even divine truth gets crushed under the weight of modern machinery. Every storyline, the meme, the prophecy, the billionaire, the surveillance, collides into one final chaotic message. Faith, technology, and media have fused into one unstoppable cycle of absurdity. And when the dust settles, South Park delivers its final sermon. Even the truth gets buried when the machine becomes God. When the credits roll, it's hard to tell whether you're supposed to laugh or shiver. Twisted Christian isn't just a parody of Peter Thiel, it's a reflection of our entire world. A place where billionaires preach morality, memes become
Twisted Christian instead of Twisted Sister.
Every character is a mirror.
Did you guys do your homework last night? I tried to, but I got stuck on problem 6 and 7. 6 and 7!
So oh shit, how did I start it over? Hold on.
One unstoppable cycle of absurdity. And when the dust settles, South Park delivers its final sermon.
All right, I got all those cut.
Gets buried when the machine becomes God. When the credits roll, it's hard to tell whether you're supposed to laugh or shiver. Twisted Christian isn't just a parody of Peter Thiel, it's a reflection of our entire world. A place where billionaires preach morality, memes become scripture, and privacy is the price of safety. Every character is a mirror. Teal represents control, Trump represents chaos, Cartman represents blind faith, and the town represents all of us, scrolling, reacting, believing. And that's what makes this episode unforgettable. It's not predicting the end of the world, it's documenting it, one algorithm at a time. So the next time you see a meme about 6 and 7, maybe it's just nonsense, or maybe, just maybe, it's the prophecy we've already started living.
It's the prophecy we've already started living. That looks like a cool video. Lived 24 hours, lived like an outlaw in Kingdom Come Deliverance. This video actually made me feel good. Like there's still good people in the world. Okay, unsuspectingly. Like I did not have this one pegged. So check this one out, and I'll get you caught up on it since it starts. All right, so it starts with a Karen on this woman's property. Okay. And the reason she walked up on this woman's property and started talking to her, the video doesn't start recording when they first meet, but basically she's telling this Karen lady from the driveway is telling the homeowner who's holding the camera, you should take down your sign. Why should she take down her sign? Because her sign says, fuck Trump. Her sign says, fuck Trump. And the Karen's like, well, that's not very nice. You should take that down. What if a kid walks by and blah, 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 all these excuses. But the sign says, fuck Trump.
Get off my property. You are not welcome here. Goodbye. Get off my property.
You have a good day.
I don't know how you thought that was going to end for you. Goodbye.
I feel bad for your son, for you to use that word.
He knows what it is. He knows Trump is a horrible person.
I feel bad. It's always, I feel bad for your son. I'm trying to help you. I thought you were better than this, kind of this weird shame and guilt towards this mom.
F-U-C-K.
Fuck! Fuck! Trump is a bad person. You need to get off my property. You are not his parent. Get off my property. Get off my property. Get off my property. You get off my property. I'm not under pressure.
Now, okay, this is what I didn't see coming. This is what made me feel good. Another woman from across the street, another neighbor here, is like, what is the problem? I figured this lady was going to side with Karen, right? And be like, yeah, you know, well, there are kids in this neighborhood. Maybe we shouldn't have this sign, or, you know, just take the sign down. What's the big deal? I don't, or something like, I don't get into politics, which usually means they voted for Trump and they just don't want to admit it. I thought the other woman was going to side with Karen. That is not what happens. Listen closely. You hear her scream, what is the problem?
You get off my property. I'm not under pressure. You need to go. What is the problem? There are kids outside.
And she even says,
Her to take her side.
what is the problem? There are kids outside, because I'm sure she heard the homeowner screaming, fuck, 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 fuck. That's what made me think she's going to be on the Karen side, 100%, because she just said there's kids outside, and the woman was upset, rightfully so, but she just yelled fuck a bunch of times. So you would think that this other neighborhood lady is going to be like, there are kids outside, like, you shouldn't have that language. Maybe you shouldn't have that language on your sign. See what I'm saying? That's why I thought this was about to happen.
There's kids in our neighborhood. I know this. I want her to take her sign down because there's kids in our neighborhood.
Sign for what?
A sign for what? The sign that she has, F-U-C-K. About what? About Trump? Yeah, look at it. Yeah, well, fuck Trump.
So she's like, sign about what? About Trump? And she's like, yeah, look at it. And she's like, fuck Trump. This is so good. I'm so glad this isn't like planned out. This just happened naturally. Listen.
The sign that she has, F-U-C-K. About what? About Trump? Yeah, look at it. Yeah, well, fuck Trump.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go.
Don't make this being on her property. You shouldn't use that word about anyone.
No one asked you to come here. Goodbye. I don't know
Now
how
they're both yelling at her.
to work.
Not today, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of the words.
She's screaming, not today, Karen, not today. That's good. That's so good. They're both yelling at this lady while she kind of stands in the middle, not minding her own business, dude. How many times did fucking people try to go and police all the fuck Biden, or hey, let's go Brandon, all the stupid shit about Joe Biden, right? They got to do all their stuff, but one little fuck Trump or 8647, they're freaking out. Did you guys see the old man that they have under investigation because he's wearing an 8647 shirt? Now, obviously, he's not trying to do it. He's like a fucking 80, 90-year-old man. Looks like a veteran. I can't remember his name. We'll look it up in a second as soon as I get the sticker off and we finish this video. But he's wearing a sweatshirt at a rally that says 8647. Then, of course, a MAGA guy comes up to him. He's like, that sweatshirt, what's it mean? He says 8647. He's like, what's that mean? Somebody should kill that guy. And they're like, who? And he's like, the 47th president of the United States. Need to get him out of there. And they're like, thanks for saying that on video. You know, that's illegal. You need to find God. I'm going to report. And now he's under investigation.
It's not happening. Goodbye. Again, I don't know how you. Thank you. Go.
Don't make this being on her property. You shouldn't use that word about anyone.
No one asked you to come here. Goodbye. I don't know how
You shouldn't use that word around anyone.
you thought it was going to work.
Not today, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just wanted the word taken off.
It's not happening. Goodbye. Again, I don't know how you thought this was going to work. Continue walking. Put a mask on.
I don't walk outside with
I think this might actually be from the first Trump administration when she says put a mask on. I just saw it today, though.
Stay away from people in their houses.
God, I love that lady just randomly joined in like that. And it was such the setup, like, why are you cussing? There's kids out here. And Karen thought, I got her. She don't want people cussing. Surely she doesn't want a fuck Trump sign next door. Nope.
There's nobody out here.
Stay
Pretty good. I like that one. That's all of it. All right, let's see. 86. I heard this guy's name earlier. 8647 Olds, I guess. It's an older guy in a sweatshirt walking up to a rally. I'll find it. Hold on. I'm pretty sure they officially announced that they were investigating the guy. Here he is. Dan, I think, was it Dan? Breaking. The man who wore an 8647 shirt at No Kings protest said he wanted to kill Trump is now under investigation by DHS. Look at this guy. Could you imagine the uproar we'd have if people who wore 8644 on their shirts? That shirt literally says, "Arrest me, bruh." He was laughing about it. I bet he's not laughing now. Secret Service is going to have a field day with Grandpa. I keep hearing John Wick saying consequences. Federal felony, fine of $250,000, 5 years imprisonment, 3 years supervised on release. Remind me when Comey arranged the shells to say 8647. I'm confused about the correlation to 86 and murder. If it was 187, that would make sense. I've been 86th out of a lot of bars, but wasn't murdered. Is that Tim Walz? Is that Comey's dad, you think? Did he know what he was wearing? There were way more than him. Is he related to the former guy who thought he was above the law? Let me see if I can get his name. I'll grab the video too. An unsuspecting elderly man who called for Trump's death during a No Kings rally is now being investigated by the Department of Homeland Security. Millions across more than 2,700 cities, U.S. cities, took to the streets this weekend, second wave No King protests, denouncing Donald Trump and what they call his administration's authoritarian and illegal actions. Police said demonstrations across the nation remain largely peaceful, with many major metros reporting no arrests. However, a smiling elderly man at a No Kings rally on Monday was caught on camera calling for someone to kill the son of a bitch, a moment that quickly went viral on social media. The video shared to X by libs of TikTok, so I guess we can grab that. Fuck libs of TikTok. Showed a man walking with a cane towards a group gathered near a decorated Trump-themed bus labeled Team America. One of the men waving an American flag in the distance quickly pointed out the elderly man's shirt, which bore the numbers 8647. So let's watch the video.
Wow. 86. Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Wow. 8647. Explain it to me. I like the colors.
Kill the son of a bitch.
Kill who?
Wow. This 47th president.
Really? What's your name?
Dick Sable.
Glad we got that on
Dick Sable.
Camera. You know that's illegal, right? You don't threaten the president. You don't threaten anybody. But that's the problem with your guys' side. You guys get so emotional, you feel you need to threaten people. But don't worry, we're spreading love, and we're going to fix it.
Fuck you guys.
We appreciate
He gives zero. He's like, fuck you guys. He gives zero fucks, dude.
In love, and we're gonna fix it.
Fuck you guys.
We appreciate you. God bless. God bless you. God bless. Hey, you need to find God. That's your problem. You need to find God. Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Wow. 8647. Explain it to me. I like the colors.
Kill the son of a bitch.
Kill who?
Wow. This 47th president.
Really? What's your name?
Dick Sable.
Glad we got that on camera.
Dick Sable, is that what he said?
Right? You don't threaten the president. You don't threaten anybody. But that's the problem with your guys' side. You guys get so emotional, you feel you need to threaten people. But don't worry, we're spreading love and we're gonna fix it.
Fuck you guys.
We appreciate you. God bless. God bless you.
I don't know if she lost her job, but I do know someone ran that lady's background, and she doesn't even have full-time custody of either of her kids. She lost completely, and then has 50% custody with one of them. One of them she lost completely. Like it, I don't know. There's something fucking wrong with that bitch. I think she does edgy, crazy things like that, specifically to get attention, right? And I think they know that. They're all trying to do that. You know, the date right guy, where he's always eating. I think it was almost a perfect incendiary comment, right? While she's eating, like the date right guy, and she knew it would blow up, and she doesn't give a fuck. Everything for social media fame, I guess. I wish I would have heard earlier, but I heard that Liberty Warrior and, oh shit, a new chip. I heard that Liberty Warrior and Jeff B were taking call-ins. So the guy's name is Dick Sable. How the fuck did they come up with an idea like that? 8646, 8646. Wow. The only people that I saw getting arrested at No Kings were MAGA. That is true. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, arrested for brandishing a gun at protesters. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, arrested for assault and theft of a U.S. flag. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, arrested for brandishing a gun. That woman, I saw this video. That was crazy. Let's see. Let's try this. I haven't seen these other ones. No Kings. Kitty Hawk. Arrest. I wonder if there's videos of it. Apparently so. Let's check it out. She tried to take, it looks like she took a flag from one of the protesters, maybe. Let's see.
In a video sent,
I don't know if he thought he was making a joke or he thought like he was being absurd. If you're talking about the old man, no, most people wouldn't say that. When they say like, when someone says, what does 8647 mean? They'd say, get him out of here, get rid of him, blah, blah, blah. It does seem weird. And the way he smiles, maybe he thought it was a joke or maybe it was I don't know. It was weird. But he's an old man. Do you really think he's plotting to kill the United States president? Like when you make a threat against the president, it has to have some type of traction behind it, right? If I'm a bedridden cancer patient, riddled with dementia, and I can't even leave my hospital room, and I say I'm going to hunt down the president and kill him, that probably doesn't hold the same weight as if like I'm a military-aged man with training and access to weapons, and I'm in D.C. and I make the, I don't know. Seems weird.
News 3, a woman wearing a Trump was right hat appeared to be shouting at roadside No Kings protesters in Kitty Hawk Saturday. The video then shows her getting out of her truck and approaching protesters. During the confrontation,
there she is. She's still in a flag. She looks MAGA.
She's then seen trying to take one of the demonstrators' American flags.
Oh, you're making the news today.
Court documents say Rhonda K.C. Soloy faces charges of simple assault.
Rhonda K.C. Soloy. Her name is Rhonda K.C. Soloy.
Assault, attempted larceny, and disorderly conduct.
A news station local to you. Are you close to Kitty Hawk?
Why is he dead? We were hoping that you could shed some light on that. I don't know.
Jesse is holding on to her little.
So that was Kitty Hawk. What else do we have? We have Wilkes-Barre. Looks like they're in a Jeep in it. Pointing a gun at No Kings protesters. She looked like she was about 80% sausage, so probably.
What began as a peaceful protest quickly turned dangerous when Michael Kolarek flashed a gun at No Kings demonstrators in Public Square. Organizer Nina Ancharsky.
Oh, they did charge one of the guys around the glasses guy.
Says this isn't the first time he and others have appeared at their rallies.
We had a few counter protesters show up. We always do. It's the same group of people, somewhere between 5 and 10 usually, and they do come armed. And they were driving around the square. They had their cars parked in the square. They weren't in one group this time. This gentleman was here. He was yelling things at us, driving around the square, and for the most part, getting ignored. He decided to pull a gun and wave it at.
It was Denver. They arrested the guy who stole the glasses, basically, and ran the original guy.
Protesters who were using their First Amendment right to let their voices be heard.
With several witnesses present as Kolarek brandished a firearm, footage of his arrest was later posted to NEPA Reddit by Ancharsky. She says she first shared the video with police before posting it online and was later surprised to receive an anonymous cell phone video showing Kolarek holding the gun inside his red Jeep.
I did post a video of the man getting arrested at the event. At that time, I got a lot of comments and feedback and different things of people who either witnessed it or people who had a photo. Eventually, I got a private message on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Now, when I'm reading this, it says police say they've now arrested the person they believe tripped him, not the glasses guy. But this first part says, protester arrested for allegedly stealing glasses off Trump supporter's face. Is actually the person suspected of stealing the victim's glasses off his face. He's not the man suspected of tripping him. Okay, so there's an update. The person who did the tripping remains unidentified, and police are asking for the public's help. Okay, so they had to make a correction. Jose Cardenas.
From someone who made a Reddit account.
He did. He tripped himself.
They were not comfortable putting their name out. They did not want to be associated with it. They had a gun in their face. I understand not wanting your things of people who either witnessed it or people who had a photo. Eventually, I got a private message on there from someone who made a Reddit account just to get me this video. They were not comfortable putting their name out. They did not want to be associated with it. They had a gun in their face. I understand not wanting your name out there. And as an organizer, I'm proud that they felt safe enough to reach out to me and get this video to me.
Ancharsky says that Kolarek allegedly had his firearm loaded and was pointing it at protesters. Although he was taken into custody by police at the scene, Ancharsky emphasizes how different.
There they are. I think once somebody goes as far as to call you a slur of some type, they've basically invited violence on themselves.
The incident could have been if action wasn't taken.
We were really close to having a very tragic event happen right in our city, and that is terrifying. These are your community members, and even if you don't agree with what we say, you shouldn't be using violence to try to keep us quiet.
Kolarek is now facing charges of terroristic threat.
Wilkes-Barre is a nice place. I used to get all my papers from a paper supply company there in Scranton.
It's reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, and assault, according to Wilkes-Barre City Police. He's currently being held at the Luzerne County Prison on $50,000 bail, which he has been unable to post. In Luzerne County, I'm Hannah Poggi with Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Oh, shoot. So we got a call for a Dodge Ram that is stuck in the mud at Sand Hollow.
Luzerne County. That's the same county Phil's always in trouble at. Oh, God. Oh, did you guys see that there's one more arrest we need to go over? What was the last one? It was Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I think I saw it. Apparently, you guys remember when Phil got caught texting another young girl on Facebook, asking her like when she turned 18 and shit like that, and then the dad got involved? The dad actually reached out at some time to Carrie, Phil's current wife, and told her all the details. And she's like, I was not aware, but I will be speaking to him about it. Like, she seemed like she was upset about it, but of course, they're still doing their thing. So, who knows if it made a difference or not. Oh, that's only 17 seconds. I want a longer one. Where's the news? Woman admits to waving a gun. 59.
The woman accused of waving a gun at people while driving past the No Kings protest in Myrtle Beach had her bond hearing.
No, I think it was after the honeymoon.
This morning, and WMBF News was there. Myrtle Beach Police Department charging 59-year-old Mary Moriarty.
There she is.
Surfside Beach area with 2 counts of
Professor Moriarty.
presenting a firearm. Officers claim she drove past the No Kings demonstration at the Chapin Memorial Park around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, waving a gun at 2 people attending. During Sunday's bond hearing, she expressed some of the regret in that situation.
It was an impulsive, very ignorant thing to do, and something I totally regret, given the 18 hours that I've had to reflect on it. So I'm at a flight risk.
She also claims the gun was not loaded and has a full-time job and family here in town. The judge set her bond at $100,000 and had concerns about the public safety. During her release, Moriarty cannot have contact with the 2 victims. Her next court appearance is scheduled for December 19th. If convicted, she could face up to 10 years in prison.
Damn. There was a lax in judgment. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so he ended up, there was a string of text messages. One of them said, grow up quicker and text me if you're interested. You never know. And then it does like a shoulder shrug. And the girl says, I'll try. Then he texts her back and says, are you 18 yet? She says, almost 3 more months. He says, K, good, and sends the smiley face emoji with it. But there was more to this. Let me see if I can find it. Give me just a second. Sorry, I'm scrolling through the Twitter feed because it was a while back. And then Carrie chooses to steal like, oh, here it is. Carrie chooses to still keep her kids around this dude. Like, what the fuck? All right, so it's a screen recording, so we're going to go through it slow and read it, okay? I thought I showed you all this. How old is Phil? Phil is probably real close to 40. He's a couple years older than me. What am I? I am 36. It says, oh, cool, just don't care about the truth, just what you want to be true. Thought so. I do care about the truth. That's why I'm going to let the law handle it. I know you're trying to protect your daughter. I apologize for being a dickhead. I shouldn't have said. Now, Phil's claim was that someone hacked him or got into his phone or there was a fake account. But literally, you could go to these messages. You could click on Phil's name, and it took you right back to his main page. Yes, there are fake Phil accounts. This one wasn't it. After he deleted his account, almost immediately after getting busted for being on Facebook Messenger talking to underage girls, and tell him to hurry and grow up, and you never know, wink, wink. He deleted it. Of course, that account was deleted in the messages. I know you're just trying to protect your daughter. I apologize for being a dickhead. I shouldn't have said the things I said to you above. Truth is, I'd be doing the exact same thing if it were my sons, but those messages weren't sent by me. My attorney is ready to speak with the police whenever they want to. I didn't do anything wrong here. I just wish you came to me first before going to social media. That was a mistake. Now, again, the only reason the guy knew it was for real, he took a screen recording of like opening Facebook Messenger, showing the message, click on the Phil Godlewski name, and it goes right back to his actual page, his real page. Not a fake page, not a page ran in fucking India or some shit, his page. And it scrolls down. This is a Facebook report. It says Meta for Business, and it looks like an email chain. It's unfortunate you took this to the level that you did, Randy. All you had to do was contact me, and it would have taken less than 14 hours to show you the report above. This is just saying, oh, yeah, that's a fake account. We checked it, and it claims to be from Meta Business. The damage you've done to me is irreparable, and I fully intend to sue in district court. I know you don't have much, but unfortunately, I have to prove a point to protect my reputation. I'm sure you understand. If not, too bad. You'll be served a lawsuit soon. For real, I wasn't even going to waste my time texting you back, but maybe this will make you look at life a little differently. Stealing people's life savings and lying to people is not worth having what you have, and you have no idea what I have. I live up in the Poconos with a creek in my backyard, and I take care of these stepkids. I raised them for the last 10 years, and I have 2 kids of my own, so trust me, I have everything I want, and I don't have to steal or rob to get it. And I did it all on my own. I didn't have help from grandma, grandpa, like you did before they disowned you, because you also robbed from them. I make over $100,000 a year, so just because you have money now that you stole from everybody doesn't mean anything. Trust me, God is watching you. Good luck. And if you reach out to my daughter again, I will be stopping by your house just to say hi. 42. Oh, thank you. I thought he was 40 or getting ready to turn 40. He's 42, so he's a little bit older than me. I'm literally begging you to stop by my house, punk. I'll even give you the address if you want it. And if even half the shit you say is true, I'd be in jail a long time ago. So now Phil's defense is, well, if that were true, I would have been arrested. He scammed all these old people, right? Is it walking the line of what's true or what's legal? Sorta. Will he ever be prosecuted under this current administration with the shit they've rolled back? Probably not. I'd be in jail a long time ago. Instead, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people reinvest their money wisely. I've done it legitimately, and I receive thank you letters on a regular basis. What I have built from the ground up. You have been a dirty scumbag your entire life, and that will only continue. Good luck with... Give it a second. He makes fun of the way he talks here in just a second. Good luck with the crick in your backyard, loser. And for the last fucking time, I didn't message your daughter, but that $100,000 per year is awesome. I'll be taking every fucking penny from you in my defamation lawsuit, which is in the process of being filed by my attorneys. It never came to fruition, of course. Your bully taxes used to work on the nerds in high school. You're messing with the big dogs now. I'm going to bankrupt you. Good luck, and don't fucking message me again, scumbag. Of course it was Phil's account. He would never take this to court. He can't prove it wasn't his account. It is. Hey, if you want to come meet me, come on. I'm ready. You're the one that reached out to me, to my kid, and you have no idea. You can't do shit. You're the stupid one here, Randy, not me. You'll be seeing plenty of me in depositions, jury selection, and the trial. Hopefully that crick has a lot of value because you'll be selling everything you own very soon, laughing emo. Have a nice life. You'll be in jail. Just so you know, Facebook is a Second Amendment, freedom of speech, dummy. No, not when it's defamation, dummy. You are aware of Google. Do yourself a favor and Google defamation, libel, slander. Then Google defense attorney. You're going to need one of them too. A laughing emoji. So where is the report for April from Facebook? Show me that. I already have one. You have no idea who I know. Ask that to my attorneys or have your attorney ask mine. I'm not giving my case against you away. You fucked up, dude. I tried to stop you, but you wanted to be the tough guy. Let's see how tough you are in court. They're going to do it for free. See, I made amends and people love me. Oh, good. My high-priced attorney is going against your freebies. Want to know who pays my attorney fees? You, when you lose. And I have at least 10 other people saying you did the same thing to their kids. I can't wait to see you in court. Phil says, awesome. Bring them to court. When I prove them wrong, I'll sue them too. You're all fucking scumbag liars, and I'll take every penny from you dirtbags. Dude, you stole people's life savings and try to fuck little girls. See you in court. Phil, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Keep lying to yourself, dude. I did no such thing. I've never even been questioned, let alone investigated. I'm straight as an arrow and wouldn't even think about breaking the law. Keep these texts coming, though, about fucking little girls. You're destroying your own case. Randy then says, whenever it scrolls, you went to court for it, Riverside, and I won. No, he didn't. What the fuck? You paid. You didn't win. I paid an attorney. Yes, of course, Phil says. He did lose, and now he stopped. He cannot legally say that he didn't do it. Phil says, I paid an attorney. Yes, of course. I defended myself and won because it never happened. So go ahead and use that as your defamation defense. But, Your Honor, he paid his attorney. I didn't think you could get any dumber than you were when you were young, but you really have. I'm going to fuck you in the ass so hard in court, even your F-slur ass won't like it. Go call an attorney, tough guy. It's time to play with the adults. Fire emoji. Bye-bye. And then peace sign. Right, so that's Phil and Randy's exchange. But I think there's a better one. Here it is. Randy says, did you read all that? Now, who's Randy talking to? Carrie. Randy said, did you read all that? Read all of what? Send a video. I sent a video. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. He has a lot of nerve. He did plead guilty. You really... Oh, this isn't the Carrie one. This can't be the Carrie one. Hold on. There is a Carrie one, though. I promise it exists. Let me see this one. Hold on.
People will go from... And it's very distracting for me.
Last screenshots from Phil and Randy. If anybody knows Phil Godlewski, he's been trying to hit on one of my kids since she's been 15. He just sent her a message asking if she's 18 yet. So keep him away from your kids. This guy should be in jail. If anybody wants to see proof, message me. I'll show you. We covered all this when it happened, right? All right, let me see if I can find the Carrie part. That was the post I just saw. I got hacked. I promise it's here. Just give me a second. Try to forward my last will and testament from a fake cancer patient recipient of one of their many fraudulent Give, Send, Go sham fundraisers. In this one, the fake dying patient, Catherine Telford, has but one wish: to bequeath an all-expense paid trip to criminal Phil Godlewski. No way. For real? All of these things forward, this is from HH, all these things forward in ways are close to my heart, spirit, my life. If anyone who has given all of these to me here will share in all the joy. We must have mutual respect and consensus because your family and I love you all. Here is what I'd like to bequeath and see happens. And then it's forwarded from Catherine Telford. If everyone of my family is, if everyone of Phil's family is willing, being of sound mind and what's left of my choices, I hereby bequeath my final earthly assets in the form of a trust already established in this group, by this group, to Phil Godlewski's sons for the purpose of their travels across the Republic of the United States of America. God willing, and in due time, I'd highly suggest beginning your travel via very dependable automobile shortly after the Memorial Day weekend or after the end of May, whichever comes first. I'm sure there's a capable person, after a vote is taken from the donors to this fund within Phil's group, that can provide us with any legalities needed to accommodate these final and last wishes on my behalf. This written document should suffice, but I hope we can all make this happen. I hope this fully explains to everyone having anything to do with Phil, this wonderful bunch of the finest human beings on earth, and all of the newbies we've agreed to share this all with. This is being sent to HH of this group as my representative and third-party witness to distribute as her judgment to decide, having my full authority to do so. I'm blessed to have had those in my life who've given themselves and love directly to me. You know who you are. With love, gratitude, and thankfulness to God, blah, blah, blah. Part 4, Catherine, final message and request. Catherine in response on behalf. That's interesting. I never knew that was a thing. I thought Catherine Telford was all made up from the get-go, but still, I never knew that part. More complaints from Goldco. Sorry, we'll get there eventually. I just don't remember where it's at. I know I read it at least a few weeks ago, maybe longer. Phil lost in every court in Pennsylvania, yes. I swear I didn't make this up. There is a text between Carrie. Scranton Times for the fact that he got fired by Sunita Arora, the owner of Era One Source. That's not true. He is getting really good at losing in court all the fucking time. Let me search over here. Hold on. I don't want something crazy to pop up because it's Twitter, so there's nudity and shit. I don't want to have something pop up, but let me go over here and search. I don't remember who shared it, but it was shared with Carrie, and there's like responses back and forth.
They will soon.
Just like the guys that did.
Guys.
I'll find it. Give me a second. If I have to, I'll put up a video while I find it, or while I look for it. I know I was tagged in it. I meant to cover it then, but it's scary that Carrie has fucking daughters that are around the age that feels like fucking into, dude. That's fucking insane. Oh, Marty Like Me Now might have it as well. Let me grab that account. And I'll skim through it in a second. I can't tell you everything. I don't even tell Carrie everything. This guy's fucking such a lunatic. The guy's name is Randy. Maybe I'll search that as well. What sucks is I think I've read it under another post, but that's all right. We'll get there eventually. Was it a comment under this post? Maybe. I'm sure he just lied to Carrie, but at least someone told her. Like, she can't claim ignorance anymore when something, God forbid, something happens to one of her daughters. She can't be like, well, I had no idea, you know. It just blew. Like, people have been telling you for years and years and years what a piece of shit he is, right? What he does with little girls. Like, you can't claim ignorance. We're way the fuck past that. I might have to actually ask. Let me ask Shaq. Hold on. He ends up, I could be imagining all this, okay? But I'm pretty sure I read it. And he ends up, the very last message is Carrie blocks him. We'll see if Shaq responds, but I can't spend another hour looking for him, so I'll go over to Marty's page. But I'll find us a video to watch while I'm doing that. What do we want to watch? Oh, that was bad. You know nothing. You know about crypto? No, you know nothing. Fucking insane, dude. I like Destiny stuff, but I don't want to watch a Destiny video for an hour. Oh, I guess he got a cover up for his tattoo. Let's see it.
Hey everyone, Grant Plattner here. I want to talk to you about something. In 2007, when I was a young infantry sergeant in the Marine Corps, myself and some machine gunners I served in Fallujah and Ramadi with were on our third deployment. We were in a naval vessel and we pulled in for a Liberty port in Split, Croatia. We went ashore to do the thing that young Marines do, which tends to be carousing and sometimes getting tattoos. We wanted to get something that represented our jobs, our service, fighting in Fallujah and Ramadi as machine gunners. We went ashore, we found a tattoo parlor after a fair amount of heavy carousing, and we found a tattoo on the wall, a piece of flash that looked like a terrifying skull and crossbones. We thought it looked cool, and so we got it. I have had this tattoo for the last 18 years. I re-enlisted into the United States Army with this tattoo, where I was screened for hate and gang-related tattoos. I worked for the State Department as a contractor, where I got a full physical, which included screening my tattoos. I've gone through life with this thing, taking my shirt off, having photographs taken, videos taken. I've been very, very open in my life with the fact I had a skull and crossbones on my chest, because that's what I thought it was. It's come to my attention that it has a stark resemblance to a symbol that is used by neo-Nazis. And I want to say that was not the intent at all. And the idea that I've been going around with something like that utterly horrifies me. I know that symbols like this can be incredibly damaging to people, and the idea that I've had it all these years and it could have been read like that is incredibly troubling. I have lived a life dedicated to anti-fascism, anti-racism, and anti-Nazism. I think that racism and anti-Semitism are a long scourge on our society and a long scourge on our politics, and I think it has no place in our world. For that reason, I have gone and gotten it covered up. Last night, I went to a tattoo parlor and I got this to cover up the skull and crossbones. It's a Celtic knot with some imagery around dogs, because my wife Amy and I have two wonderful dogs that we love a lot. This far more represents who I am now than even the skull and crossbones did, which I thought that it was. This has come up because the establishment is trying to throw everything it can at me.
I will confirm pre-Trump, like if you had a swastika or some shit like that, you had to have like fucking waivers out the ass or a cover up or something. If it was something as known that was a gang affiliated, supremacy affiliated, whatever, that was a thing.
It is terrified of what we are trying to build here. Every second we spend talking about a tattoo I got in the Marine Corps is a second we don't talk about Medicare for all. It's a second that we don't talk about raising taxes on the wealthy. It's a second we're not talking about the material struggles of Mainers as they try to scrape through a system that at its core is trying to rob them. And that's why tonight, I'm just going back right out on the road. We're holding a town hall in Ogunquit, where much like I've been doing for the past month, going around the state of Maine, making myself accessible to Mainers in their communities so I can listen to them. I can hear about what it is they need to change in our political system. And that is what I'm going to continue dedicating my time to. Thank you all very much, and I really appreciate your support through all of this. I will say, it is deeply hard for me personally, but all the outpouring of support telling me to stick with it, telling me that this doesn't matter, telling me that this means that the system is scared, it means the world to me. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have done so.
Well, I'm glad he got a cover up, I guess. I could believe this story. I'm not saying you have to believe the story, but I could believe the story. They all got drunk in Croatia, went out and got tattoos of skull and crossbones. Yeah. What is this? What? No.
JD Vance is in the news for the wrong reasons, and that is because apparently to Jen Psaki.
I like him. He does come across as genuine. It's not like we've been fooled by people like that before, like people that are made to seem genuine. But I like him so far. You don't have to like him. You might think he's a shill or a piece of shit, but I think normal people in political jobs. I'll tell you one of the things that pissed me. So our country was set up to where normal people are politicians, and you do your term, and then you go fucking live under the laws that you passed, right? You might do 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms, or whatever. Then you go back to where you're from and not a millionaire in a vacation home over here on your yacht, blah, 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 and above all the laws. You go back. So when people talk about banning Congress and their family members from trading stocks, and then Mike Johnson and people are like, well, if you do that, then we're going to get a lower class of people. Nobody's going to want to do the job because you can't make any money. We don't make any money, blah, blah, blah. That's the point. It's supposed to be regular fucking people who volunteer their time, not career politicians, regular fucking people, volunteer their time, go serve, leave, and then try to make it better so when they come back and live under the laws that they passed and the shit that they did for their time in Congress, they've made it better or worse, but they live with those responsibilities. Not they avoid them until they fucking die of old age, sitting in a nursing home, still getting paid by fucking Congress. Anyways.
See here, Usha Vance, wife of JD Vance, is reportedly seeking a divorce.
Yeah, the Mike Johnson's grinder stuff is older.
He has revealed, and the right is...
I saw he made a video about it, but it was released a while back.
Out over this revelation, not because JD Vance may be in an unhappy marriage, not because Usha Vance might be wanting to leave JD Vance because of some of the things he said. I'll show you those in just a moment. But because Jen Psaki had the gall to say it. I also have Nick Fuentes, far-right agitator, racist, Nazi, who's attacking JD Vance from the right, saying that JD Vance is fake and everything he said about himself is made up. Let's get to Nick Fuentes first. Here's Nick Fuentes exposing JD Vance for being fake.
You go through his life story.
I'm not a fan of Nick Fuentes, but it hits Trump followers harder when someone they followed that used to support Trump comes out and is anti-Trump or Vance or whatever.
And you realize that everything about him is fake. His time in the military, fake. They say he's a Marine. Look up his role in the Marines. He was a correspondent, a combat correspondent, which means he wrote press releases for the military. So he's a fake Marine. He goes to Yale Law School. He meets Peter Thiel. He meets other people. His first job in tech, it's a biotech firm. The CEO says he only hired Vance as a favor to Peter Thiel. That was his first job. He graduates from law school and then works for a biotech firm. How does a law school graduate go to work for a biotech firm? Well, the guy that hired him tells us he hired him as a favor to Thiel. Then Vance works at a series of venture capital firms. First, he works for Thiel for about 7 months while he drops his book. Then he works for the founder of AOL at a company called Revolution. Then he starts his own venture capital firm with money from Peter Thiel. 3 firms in 5 years. When he was at Peter Thiel's firm, his colleagues say they never saw him in the office. When he was at Revolution, his boss, the founder of AOL, this guy Case, says Vance didn't do much. Inexplicably, he raises over $120 million at his firm, mostly from Peter Thiel, Mark Andreessen, and others. So he's a fake venture capitalist. Then, even though he opposed Trump from the very beginning, Peter Thiel organizes a meeting with Vance and Trump in 2021 to smooth things over. And then in 2021, Vance declares his candidacy for Senate of Ohio. Peter Thiel makes the biggest contribution of any individual donor in a Senate race in American history of $15 million. Thiel, with his connections, secures Trump's endorsement, and Vance becomes a senator. So he's a fake Marine, he's a fake venture capitalist, and then he's a fake MAGA senator. Now he's the vice president of the United States. Even his name is fake. He didn't go by Vance until he was 30 years old. Vance was the name of his Meemaw, and he changed his name to Vance just a few years before he published his book, which had been in the works for as much.
By the way, Phil apparently is way behind on all his taxes and shit for all the houses he has and the maintenance fees, and he just got sued the other day by his groundskeeper.
Much time about his Meemaw, his story that gives him the
he owes over $100,000 in taxes just on one property, back taxes.
Credibility. For 30 years, he was J.D. Hamill and went by other names.
Whoa! How did I not know that? How did I not know that J.D. Vance was J.D. Hamill? Did you know that?
What?
I think I heard about that, but I didn't know that specifically. That's incredible. And scary.
He's changed his names like 5 times.
Nick Fuentes, who is looking very gay in this pause video, is a very, very well-spoken, I think,
homosexual man.
And that is scary all around that he is good at telling a story as he is. But that being said, is it anyone's surprise that someone who faked his way to where he is today, who perhaps he was in love with Usha when they met, perhaps Usha was actually in love with J.D. Vance, but could it be that all the lies, that all of the fakery is the reason why Usha is unhappy? Could be. I mean, look at this photo here. This is 6 months. This is 6 months, 6 months of the Trump administration. I actually do believe that, and hate me for saying it, I don't think she's a bad woman. I think she is caught up in something she didn't mean to get caught up in. Of course, we're all adults. We all have free will. I
guarantee you she was prouder of him when he said that Trump was America's Hitler.
He's trying to stick around for the kids. To be completely honest, I could be wrong. That's just
I hope so. It's just in my experience, karma never comes back around for these motherfuckers. Like, Mariah's got a piece of shit dad who I think's gonna outlive us all. Like, and he's like a fucking total shitbag. Like, I don't know.
Judging from the outside, looking in. Now, unlike me, who's just hypothesizing on a YouTube channel, Jen Psaki has some inside information about what's going on with Usha Vance, and here's what she had to say.
I think the little Manchurian candidate, J.D. Vance, wants to be president more than anything else. Yeah. I always wonder what's going on in the mind of his wife. Like, are you okay? Please blink 4 times.
Yes.
We'll come over here. We'll save you. And that he's willing to do anything to get there. And that your whole iteration you just outlined, I mean, he's scarier in certain ways.
He's smarter.
In some ways. And he's young.
Yeah. And ambitious.
And ambitious. And agile in the sense that he is a chameleon who makes himself into whatever he thinks the audience...
Whatever he needs to be right now.
Hear from him. Now, what's also true, though, is J.D.
That's
Vance
right. Fuck Donald Trump.
Is not... He's in some ways goodish on paper if you like what he believes in. I don't know, but I don't know that he can take the whole movement with him.
No way.
I don't think so either.
There's no riz.
It's got no riz, right?
None.
And he just is a little odd. And
Totally.
so Trump's odd in a different way. So I'm skeptical of that. So yeah, he's got to. I mean, everything going on right now, and I think we have to be very clear-eyed about this, is about trying to manipulate the public around elections.
Yeah. So there she is. I mean, this person here says Usha Vance, wife of J.D. Vance, is reportedly seeking divorce, according to Jen Psaki. J.D. Vance, who campaigned hard as a family values conservative, now faces
on 3D print.
Damn. One person responded to this. I mean, Fox News said, disgusting. MSNBC's Jen Psaki is under fire for suggesting VP Vance's wife, Usha, should blink 4 times like she needs rescuing. It's Carrie Lake. I mean, these people are such snowflakes. Jen Psaki's attack on Usha and JD Vance's marriage was despicable, but it shows the desperate situation the Democrats are in. They realize there's no bringing Trump down, so they're starting to focus on what comes next. Listen, Carrie Lake is insane. I am grateful they're talking about the next election as if it's going to happen, because in my little mind, in my little world, I feel like we're going to be fighting to vote. That's how I feel. So that gives me hope. Their insanity gives me hope today. Stephen Chung said, Jen Psaki, I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's probably misogynistic, said Jen that she must be transferring her own personal issues on others. Psaki is a dumbass who has no comprehension of the truth and has to overcompensate for her lack of talent by saying untrue things. Oh my God. Can we please put it so that he's talking about himself? Let's do it again. Stephen Chung must be transferring his own personal issues onto others. Stephen Chung is a dumbass who has no comprehension of the truth and has to overcompensate. It works perfectly for his lack of talent by saying untrue things. Circle back on that, moron. That tickled me. The White House responded to this. This guy from Newsmax seemed to think that Jen Psaki's scared that MAGA's bigger than Donald Trump, and that's what this all meant.
They thought, and they're JD Vance, and there'll be no sunlight. We were betting on MAGA is inseparable from Trump. He was the sun, and without him, there'll be no sunlight. And then people like Rubio and JD Vance come along and they think, oh my God, this thing could go on and on and on with this new populist Republican Party. And they're terrified of it. And so they feel that maybe she's too sophisticated for this Appalachian-born Vance or whatever, but they're terrified that the MAGA will go beyond Donald Trump, and I think they should be terrified because I think
it's so not. Have you seen the racist replies to Kash Patel? Because Kash Patel had the goal to celebrate an Indian holiday. Yeah. So I don't know. I think MAGA is actually
10 lateral leg
being held together by gold Scotch tape by way of Donald Trump.
Bubblegum.
The second that man is no longer in power, one way or another, this whole MAGA thing is going to implode. I know that for sure. Apparently, so is JD Vance's marriage. I'm here for that. There's some there if everyone's attacking her for saying it. Thanks, Jen Psaki, for the update. And
not bad. So you guys know Rob Schneider, the actor? Well, he's like a fucking retard, right? He went full fucking MAGA and like, we've got to protect our culture. They're destroying it. They're taking away all this stupid shit, right? Pretty fucking intense. Today, Rob Schneider makes this brilliant post because people are talking shit about RFK Jr. and those people. Rob Schneider, a full-grown fucking adult with plenty of time and money and access to the internet, makes a Twitter post couple days ago and says this. Listen. Just for your information, there were no children's hospitals when I was a kid because kids weren't sick. How wild is that? When Rob Schneider was a kid, there was no kids' illness. Isn't that fucking the first children's hospital was opened in 1800, dude. 1800 in Paris, I think. But the U.S. has had children's hospitals for fucking ever, dude. What the fuck is wrong with him? The 1800s. The U.S. has had children's hospitals since the 1800s. Shriners has been around longer than Rob Schneider has been alive. Like, I guess I don't even understand why do they post things like this? And like everybody corrects him, even Grok, the fact check gets him. No response. He doesn't even acknowledge that everything he said was just a fucking lie. He just moves on. The next post he shares says, what if instead of pushing vaccines for COVID-19, the government instead had promoted the importance of metabolic health to reduce the severity of COVID-19 diseases? What if our elders had been told to exercise more and eat healthy, control blood sugars, drink alcohol less, eat more protein, take vitamin D3 plus other needed supplements, and lose weight? He shares that. And he says, what if we start now? 2 fingers pointing at the post and then 2 American flags. Like, what the fuck? They just ignore it. Like, at least come on and be like, yeah, you guys are right. I was wrong. I don't remember a whole lot of kids being sick when I was young. I don't remember knowing anybody that had ever had to go to a specialized children's hospital, but I was wrong about that. Nope. Just run with it. He's such a fucking cuck for Trump. It's insane. Since, fell for a scam. What is this?
It's a classic.
Sorry, I like Linus.
Time itself. The scammer
actually
takes out a parking lot, often at an electric.
I have Linus's screwdriver.
Waits for their victim.
Linus Tech Tip screwdriver. I got it when it was on Black Friday or clearance or something. It's awesome. I use it to build computers, electronics and shit.
In this case, an LTT viewer from Florida.
SNL doesn't have Rob Schneider anymore. Yeah, that's true.
But the structure is usually pretty similar.
Hey, we kind of overspec for this super rich client guy, and we bought too many speakers, and now our boss is saying to just get rid of them.
Oh, I just saw a guy. There's like this podcast that talks about like scammers and getting caught and busted and scams they run or whatever and like going to jail. I just saw a guy that was part of the ring of you guys remember the speaker guys? I was really young, so it was like my uncles were like running into people like this. But I remember vividly, like guys in white vans that'd be like, hey, they find you like in a parking lot. They'd be like, hey, listen, the warehouse sent us out with like 6 extra speaker sets for this job. If we take it back, we're gonna go through paperwork, we're gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. So I could sell it to you like super cheap. These are like $2,000 speakers, but I can get it to you for like a couple $100. I just don't want the hassle of going back and the paperwork and the restocking and blah, blah, blah. It has to happen now. And it was like a speaker scam. They were just shitty Chinese speakers that they probably had $100 in them. They tell you they were the $1,000. They try to get $500 for them or whatever.
Too expensive to keep them around, but I was thinking I could give them to you for.
The speakers back in the day, the speakers were real. They just weren't what they were claiming they were, like how expensive and amazing they were. And there was no job that the warehouse pulled too many or that none of that's true. They just drove around all day selling speakers out of the back of a van.
For a pretty good price. They're legit.
The victim is suspicious, but I mean...
And there's almost 2 hours still left in this damn print.
A great deal. There's just one small problem. They sound like ass! But our victim did all of his basic due diligence. So how did this happen? To find out, we offered to help a brother out by buying the speakers off of him at the price that we paid so we can blow the freaking lid off of this thing. Because as it turns out, this classic scam has learned a lot of new tricks that could bamboozle even a fairly savvy shopper.
I did not know it was still a thing that was going on. This was like when I was a kid, like when I was in elementary school, I specifically remember it wasn't my mom or dad, it was probably like one of my uncles and running into these scammers doing this.
Exactly how it works, show you how to avoid it, and we're going to dive into the surprisingly organized network of shady retailers and manufacturers who enable these fraudsters. That is...
Another thing I learned, designer outlets aren't the deal you think they are, okay? So typically a designer outlet is like a high-end some type of name. It might be Nike or it might be fucking, Gucci or something, but an outlet. They claim to be like still this high-end name, and that's what you're paying for, but at a discount price. Most companies, the reason I found this out is one of my favorite hoodies when I was in high school was a North Face hoodie. I actually had 2 of them. It was a North Face hoodie, and I'm wearing a hoodie right now, and I always have the sleeves pushed up, unless I'm just outside in the rain and wind or something. But if I'm wearing it, trying to be comfortable, almost always, I don't like long sleeves, so I have the sleeves pushed up. Well, 2 of mine were North Face hoodies, and they were super expensive. I think both of them I got as gifts. My family didn't have money for North Face, so both of them I got as gifts. anyways, I had a dark green one, like an olive green one, and a black one. I loved them both. The dark green one ended up getting splashed with battery acid, and it just fucking disintegrated, dude. I didn't realize it till it's too late. Put it in the wash. It had like powder acid from like a cleaning battery terminals. It got hit with it. The water hit it. It ate holes in it. It was bad. So I needed a new one. Well, my mom, when Dad would when we get like our tax returns or whatever, they would go outlet shopping, and that was for our school stuff and like clothes. And she knew I liked it. So she bought me a North Face hoodie, okay? From the North Face outlet. Immediately, when I put it on, I'm like, this is something different. Like, it's not my favorite hoodie, but fine. It's still a North Face hoodie. It's still the same design as on the front, whatever. The hood was different. The stitching was different. And the biggest fucking thing was the elastic in the sleeves was such low quality. I thought North Face had changed their hoodies or were just making shitty hoodies now. Because when I push up the sleeves, the elastic almost immediately would relax and the sleeves would just fucking fall down. I fucking hated that shirt. It went from being my favorite hoodie, which I still had, the black one, to being like a least faded hoodie. And I thought they fucking changed something, right? No, because later on when I started working and got a paycheck, I went and bought a North Face hoodie and it was fucking perfect. A lot of times the stuff at outlets are like returns or unwanted items or items that didn't sell really good, marked down drastically. Or, this is the case with North Face, there's an entire separate factory. So you have North Face that sells at North Face retailers, and it's like a pretty high-end quality control factory. Then they lease their name to a super low-end factory. And they make everything. They're allowed to put North Face on it, but the only place they can sell it are at their outlet stores. So you're still paying for the name, and you're getting shitty quality too. Because a Walmart hoodie with nothing on it would be cheaper and higher quality. It's fucking insane. So outlets are a scam. Prescription glasses places are a scam. Sunglasses are a scam. There's a lot of things that are a scam, not just speakers.
Assuming that I haven't been scammed myself by Dr. Arod here. I don't know for sure that there are even speakers in here. I mean, it could be packed with anything. It could be packed with something nobody wants, like this segue to our sponsor.
Modern science bestowed upon humanity great gifts they do not fully understand. A sofa that bends space and time, can separate and recombine in virtually infinite physical forms. A sofa that makes us question everything we thought we knew.
From 5-6 feet away, not gonna lie, this is pretty darn convincing looking. I mean, even the branding. If you told me that Elysian Audio was a thing, I'd be like, okay. With that said, it's not that hard to make up a fancy sounding brand. For example, Calise, Ciboire, SD. Those sound like luxury brands, but as it turns out, they're just French-Canadian curse words. The real trick that these guys pull, though, is repurposing real names from reputable brands that are in a similar product.
Yeah, sometimes they sell seconds, which should be like factory rejects, right? Like a lower quality product. Got imperfections, discontinued, overstocks, but some of them have completely separate manufacturers. They have, so literally like the North Face stuff has no ties to the North Face company other than the name. It's a different company that makes shitty quality stuff and only allowed to sell it at their outlets.
Category. Elysian is a particularly tricky one because it is the name of a well-regarded line of speakers from real manufacturer Wharfdale. It just isn't these. What this allows our—
Here's a post. Today I learned most outlets don't sell leftovers from regular stores. They sell cheap, lower quality versions made just for outlets. The compare at prices and big discounts are often fake. You think you're getting a deal, but it's not the same product. And the California Department of Justice went after outlet stores for advertising like, hey, this is the discount price you get only at the outlet because we're the outlet or whatever.
Sit alongside reputable speakers in Google searches without our scammers having to create a super convincing knockoff of an exact product. We'll talk more about the online strategy later, though. For now, let's take a closer look at what we bought and see if we can catch any hints on the packaging itself. Well, here's one that stands out to me. You can't have, Adam, a single speaker system that can do 9.1, 7.2, and 5.1 sound.
Yeah, it's crazy. 7.2 is kind of a crazy one. You can down mix, but also it's 6 pieces. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 5. That's 5.1.
But that has 10 pieces on the box.
I think these are like things that are single speakers and they turn. But I still don't think that makes it 7.1.
But that also definitely doesn't make it 5.1.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm thinking that maybe how they market soundbars these days are letting them get away with it. Because you buy a soundbar and it says like 11.1.1 or whatever.
Personally, I prefer audio return channel to giant wooden boat full of
Arc.
And you know what else seems legit? Is it's industrial grade, certified for outdoor use.
Yeah, you can even wireless connect.
And there's more stuff like that. Voice amp, singles out dialogue. That sounds legit. High-res audio signal. Wait, via internet. Okay. Sorry, that was a what? Whether the details are on purpose or not, I feel like the giant blocks of text are a huge part of the strategy because who's going to read all that?
Yeah.
Right? And even
It just seems like they're packing features in there that they're probably not.
this is such a shallow thing. Even something as simple as
If you don't watch Linus Tech Tips, it's a really good channel.
foil on the packaging makes it look more premium.
It is interesting what details they do get correct. Like I was not going to expect that they'd have their own custom straps.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes it seem more legit.
And tape. The tape even says Elysian on it.
It's reassuring.
These make it makes it look heavy.
Oh yeah, is it heavy? It's got a bit of weight to it.
I guess.
For 6 or 9 or 11 drivers though.
And like look at how they've scaled the subwoofer in this picture on the front. To me, it doesn't look like there'd be enough space for 5 other speakers and the subwoofer in here.
Right. That subwoofer is not very big, is it?
No, I don't think any of this is very big at all.
They even have disclaimers on the box. Like, why would a scammer who's trying to convince you that it's the best thing ever have to have a disclaimer about, the images and model number being subject to change? Oh, this is a really important part of the scam though. MSRP, $3,000. While printed pricing on the box is common for some products, for speakers, it's highly unusual. Even more so for high-end audio where the speakers are typically sold through approved dealer networks with a, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, approach to pricing.
Sorry, did you see this? Wall-mountable stethoscope symbol.
Okay, we could probably do this all day. So then, what do these guys say when you go?
So the numbers just mean a bunch of things. So like when you get a sound system and let's say you got Dolby 7.2, 7 is the number of main speakers. So you'd have like front left, center, front right, side right, rear left, rear right. And then the 0.2 is, forget about the point. It's just 7 and 2, and that's 2 subwoofers. I think it's the way it's supposed to work. Like when you say Dolby 7.2, that's 7 main speakers, 2 subwoofers.
I've never heard of Elysian Audio, or you point out some of the weirdness on the box.
Well, they have an answer for all of that. They might say something like, oh yeah, they're a boutique brand from overseas, huge in Italy. And these are sold by high-end audio installers, so the packaging isn't really meant for retail, so they don't pay too much attention to it.
And when you ask, well, how can you be selling it so cheap if it's so boutique and so high-end? You'll usually get some kind of variant of...
Well, you gotta understand, they mark these things up like crazy because all the rich people are buying them. We buy them wholesale. These aren't even close to $3,000. They're more like maybe $1,000.
So you're not even losing that much selling it to me then?
No.
I'm practically talking myself into it. And that really is the most devious kind of lie. The kind that is built on a kernel of truth. High-end audio does have obscene markups, and it does rely on a network of approved dealers and installers who do deal in brands that the typical consumer has never heard of.
And the scammers will go to sometimes great lengths to match the image of a legitimate installer. They'll rent a nice-looking van, they'll wear polo shirts with matching company logos, and they'll even obtain real business licenses and phone numbers.
Which they'll be happy to show you since they aren't going to exist in a week. No. So, okay, you're still a little suspicious. So you decide to scan the QR code on the box and check out the manufacturer because some guy in a parking lot could lie to you, but the manufacturer couldn't.
They've never done that.
And that is where this classic ruse glows up for the 21st century. That looks pretty legit, honestly. Here's the one that they're offering me, the Smart Series Model 2. The satellite speakers have a 12-inch subwoofer.
Yeah, that's wrong. They also have QLED.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, is display technology, not anything to do with
speakers.
Sound.
But here's some reviews. The best product I bought since buying my first CD player as a teen. I mean, that sounds reasonably credible.
The problem I have with this product is my husband not wanting to leave the house. That's a very good hook.
Quotes that sound
Stacy from Miami.
Fake reviews.
Gotta be real.
LTT store, we leave people's unedited reviews up on the site. Like for the RGB t-shirt that I'm wearing that's rated 4.62 out of 5. I don't like the RGB shirts because of the rough itchy feel against my skin. See, not everyone loves them. Oh, this is smart. Where to buy/store locator. Shut up. It's just a link to Best Buy. And the Elysian Model 2s that we covered today are just one example of this. These same units can be found under other names, like MRX, Valencia VX300 Home Theater, or...
I think I've seen MRX somewhere.
All of which were stolen from legitimate home theater companies. MRX,
What's up, Legend?
Anthem, Symphony is a line...
Long time no see, loser. We're making Halloween costumes. Get in. We're doing Halloween shit.
And Valencia is the brand of seating that I use in my theater room at home. And making this whole web of lies more confusing is the entire network of fake review websites that you will often find linked from these manufacturers.
And while Elysian doesn't specifically link to those...
Oh, here's another tip. Never, ever, 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 ever Google. Here, we'll do one. What's something I might be in the market for? Best pressure washer 2025. Never do this. And then you'll get some type of, here we go, Pro Tools review, expert recommendations for 2025. They're just making money on the links. Best gas, best electric, best cordless. You want to know what the best in every category is? it fits the category, and it has the highest commission. Never do this. There's a lot of reviews you can't trust, but these review websites are literally just made to have you click on stuff so they get a commission off of it. That's it. The same way if you buy anything from Amazon, I can send you my Amazon link for it. And then if you buy it within the next 24 hours, we make like a few pennies on every sale. But it adds up eventually. Like once a year, I'll get like $100 check or some shit. But they're just doing this on a mega scale. Pro tool review, professional tool reviews for pros. Pros don't use websites like this. They're trying to catch you thinking, oh, well, if a professional pressure washer would use it, it'd be great for my house. You know what I mean? That's all a lie. Don't do it. All right, let's go back.
Asian audio home theater review. The featured snippet is from one of those scam reviews.
Came out of the back of a lorry. They were really heavy.
ReviewElectronics.com, 10 out of 10.
And to make things worse, the Gemini summary underneath gives information that is correct if you are looking for Wharfdale Elysian speakers, but just serves to add to the legitimacy of the snippet.
Unfortunately, thanks to the power of AI,
I'm a CEO in a
like a delivery truck or something, right?
Yes, that's me.
Building sites and writing convincing enough reviews has become both cheap and super easy. In just a couple of weeks that we've been working on this video, we've seen several of these networks of sites pop up and disappear or switch over to new products categories. And you're not going to have the kind of time that we have to go through all of this. Before you get a chance to ask too many questions, they're going to start putting formal pressure on you.
Hey, look, security, they're going to kick us out here, and I got to get back to work. My next client, he's a dog podiatrist, and if he can't clip the nails without the background music, and you don't want the dogs to suffer, do you?
No.
So, do you want them or not?
So you go to the nearest ATM, which they conveniently have perfect directions for, and you buy them. I mean, hey, even if they're not actually top of the line, they're brand new. They can't be that bad, right?
I'm gonna check the print. I'll be right back.
Even got like a piece. Oh, I thought that was printing on the styrofoam.
Even the documentation, it comes in a little bag. Are you not supposed to figure out it's a scam until you actually plug them in? Like even the packaging itself is pretty convincing, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, the longer they have before you realize that you screwed them over, the further away they can get, right?
Oh boy,
they're so small. Also, didn't they say wireless satellite speakers?
Yes.
Oh no, that was wireless satellite speaker subwoofer, right? Can I open this, or do you want to leave it mint for resale?
Shut up. I'm impressed they have removable drills, though.
I'm surprised they didn't keep them on. Look at all the glue.
Well, that's how they seal in the goodness. This is the single cheapest feeling HDMI cable that I have ever encountered. Does that even seem like
it's going
for all the conductors?
HDMI 0.5. Okay, well, let's get the center channel. What happened in here? Look, it's all scratched up.
Oh, wow.
You can just see straight into it.
A dog attacked it.
See wires in the back.
Also, this is the worst wall mounting mechanism I think I've ever seen. You have to fix the location of the speaker from the back, then screw it into the wall. No more adjustment for you. I wonder if everyone is in on it. Like, do you think the manufacturer of these knows that they're a scam?
They must be. There's no reason to make this junk unless you're trying to rip people off, right?
And make it look such high end, like it's such a high end product.
If they sold it at the actual price of it, then it's not really a rip-off. I mean,
whoa.
The subwoofer is actually a pretty decent size.
Is that actually all of the speakers? All of the speakers fit into, like, the top third.
That answers the mystery of whether it's 5.1 or 7.2 or 9.1.
At this point, I'm thinking it's stereo. Like,
it really does raise the question, though. If they know it's a scam, why bother making them work at all? Like, do you think they're just not going to work? Like, they clearly have drivers in them. They clearly have wiring in them.
I mean, I guess maybe it's like you can keep scamming down the chain. Also, some people just don't know better. Some people might have their crap TV, and that's all the audio that they knew, and then they decided to splurge.
Right. These aren't people that know about audio, right? They're not audiophiles. They're not freaking out about the latest drivers or whatever. This is because they would know this brand sucks.
Christmas gift. And this works, right? It starts playing, and maybe it is just louder. Are we 100% sure?
That is. Consumer Report used to be better than it is now. But
dude, you got Adele.
I try to look at as many fucking reviews on the actual website where they sell it as I can.
There's peels.
Sometimes I even do video reviews where they go through all the features and say, check this out, do that, we're going to do this, that type of thing.
But the stickers themselves are just paper stickers.
What a weird attention to detail.
Yeah, right. I guess the sticker approach to branding makes it pretty easy for them to have all those different names for it. Oh, wow. Oh, buddy.
Look how much smaller that is. This whole thing was supposed to be speaker.
This is gonna suck.
That's
yeah, fell off the back of a truck. Yeah, and we say that in America too.
I mean, this is 12 inches.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like something, but what a scam.
It's usually like a New York mafia thing. Like, oh, I fell off the back of a truck. I got 5 of them or something.
Put the speaker cover, make it way bigger than the driver.
Let's plug it in. Wait, where's the amp? It isn't a home theater in a box. There's no amp.
We need to get an AV receiver.
Well, how can it be Bluetooth anything?
Is there any cables? There's no cables?
Dude, it's way more bullshit than even we thought.
I should have opened this.
How can you have 2,600 watts when you don't have an amp at all?
There's no 5.8G wireless.
I even knew I was getting scammed, and I still feel ripped off.
Well, I guess we need an AV receiver and a bunch of speaker wire.
BRB.
So it didn't even come with any wires.
What are the odds that you think that this one won't even turn on? That it's only going to power the top?
I think it'll power both of them.
Want to bet?
No.
We might be the first people who have bought these and actually bothered to set them all the way up. You know?
Is this big fat speaker wire even going to fit in the back of these?
No, we got too high of a gauge. I feel like when you don't buy cheap enough stuff.
Okay, theoretically we have arc, so... Okay, that's progress. Sub didn't make any noise. We'll get to that later.
Andrew, what are you doing?
You know, you're struggling with the whole how to clamp it in place thing, so...
This is how we're mounting the speaker.
Adam, you were right. The top is a speaker, and the bottom is not.
That's pathetic. I popped out the speaker, quote-unquote speaker. It's just a metal plate, and you can see the back of the driver in there. Again, why bother? Just glue in the speaker grill.
Yeah, just put a cosmetic grill on it and don't even bother with the paper cone. I've encountered this kind of thing before, where it's like, remember those fake GPUs?
Yeah.
Where they put a bunch of work into designing a cooler and a shroud and doing injection molding, and why bother? Why not just ship a piece of paper?
I mean, if somebody knows, please let us know in the comments. Or maybe we're just helping them do their scam better. They have mounting points for if you want to do a metal plate.
They do too.
These ones are just stickers, though.
They are.
Credit what credit's due. They cheaped out there, and that was pretty smart. Why would you angle the whole speaker? We can just do this.
Because they're surrounds. They go on the side. Okay, here we go. Is this right side up? Oh, it's upside down. Okay. I mean, who can tell anyway, right?
They're so small.
I know. They look like little lab tech desktop computer speakers from the 90s.
You might hear.
See, now,
Oh, it sounds so bad.
So I knew better than to have high expectations. But somehow all the work that I had put into getting it working made me feel like, yeah, it should be
like earned a payoff.
Yeah.
This part sounds okay.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's the TV speakers for context.
They're better, they're deeper.
Yeah.
By like a country mile.
Admittedly, it's a pretty nice TV. Okay, it's a high-sense canvas.
High-end TV.
Pretty decent TV, but still.
There are like $99 sound bars on the market. From legitimate brands that sound better.
That include an amplifier and actually have Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's insulting. It's bad. I really want to hear this subwoofer. We gotta get this operational.
The subwoofer is a pre-out. It expects an amplified subwoofer, obviously. Yeah. Where the hell are we gonna find an amp for that right now?
We have an SVS.
Well, no, I want to use this subwoofer.
Amp that we can shove in the middle.
Oh my God. Oh, this is so stupid.
Reese, you might have to go look for. Maybe you're gonna be on a hunt.
You know what? I think it'd be faster to just plug one of these in. Let's find out if the subwoofer actually even works before we put a bunch more work into trying to amplify it. Okay, it works.
It does sound bad.
Yeah, but it's so much better than I expected.
It's just a volume game, right? Like this is like what, a 5-inch driver maybe?
4, maybe 5.
That's a big 4.
That's what I tell my wife I have.
We got all the speakers working, and now I brought a couple of friends here to enjoy them. But first, we're gonna set ourselves a baseline.
When Linus did that podcast where he's talking about how he used to use the hard R all the time, and what's his name is like, what? Well, he's looking up. He's trying to refresh his resume because he knows they're all about to be fired.
We're gonna listen to the Hisense Canvas TV.
Is this known for having a good TV speaker?
No,
fantastic.
I just but like you think you're buying the home theater, you gotta hear what you're upgrading, right?
You're right. You know what? For TV speakers, that's not bad. It's not bad. No bass.
Yeah, but it's like
TV speakers.
Yeah, a little bit bright, but not bad.
Yeah, it'd be fine for dialogue. Like for people that are just watching TV shows and need to hear what people say, it's fine.
Okay,
Totally fine.
Now we're gonna pull up the Elysian Model 2. Okay. Funny thing is that so we couldn't get the subwoofer running because it's supposed to be passive. It's a passive subwoofer, which doesn't really exist nowadays. Everything, all your so we had to what we did is that we pulled out of another subwoofer the amp. That was the only way we could get it powered because we couldn't find an AV receiver that had a passive.
Okay. That is so unbalanced.
Believe it or not, these speakers here aren't very big.
You don't say.
So there's kind of a big dip in the mids.
Yeah. It's weird that they look so much like the Bose Acoustic speakers. I bought a used pair in like 2008.
That makes sense because a lot of what they're trying to do is associate themselves with as many ideas of like goodness as possible.
How much did you pay for this?
We paid $500.
Even that price is ridiculously busted.
So did we pay him that much to get them?
We paid the guy back.
So we got scammed, is what you're saying.
So please go buy merchandise.
We took the scam. We said pass it up. We said double it and pass it to the next. We're gonna sell for $1,000.
For $500, you can get like a pretty okay home theater box from Best Buy.
Yeah,
you can get like a decent soundbar.
It's not the best value in the whole world, but it's infinitely better than this. Don't buy speakers from a guy in a parking lot.
On Alibaba, when you search one home theater, a system much like the one that we purchased will show up in the first 2 rows of results. $128 a set. And here's the really crazy thing. If you order enough of them, the deal only gets better.
For the shockingly low price of $56,500, you can get 500 home theater setups, complete with a custom fake logo and box design. And that might be a lot for a single scammer, but if you're a shady supplier, you order in bulk and then sell them off
That's right.
to your scummy friends for maybe a couple $100 a pop to cover your storage.
They put a pallet in every van and take off with them and tell them to go sell them.
The costs.
And then everyone else, well, they just have to sell them for more than $200, which, when you're talking about.
So let me show you that podcast. Hold on. Speaker scam. White van scammer. I just watched this the other day. It's from the Matthew Cox Inside True Crime podcast. So let me back up.
It says electronic. Damn. 700 right there. You made an extra 100. Hey, do you want to send speakers for your house? I'm on a delivery. I got 4 extra. MSRP, $2,000 each.
Is that true?
No.
Okay.
It's all bullshit.
Everybody knows this. This is a great scam.
My buddy's they get this job selling speakers. So he calls me up. He's like, dude, I made $400 today. Let's go to Chili's. Chili's is like a big thing. Yeah. You know? So I'm like, all right, I'm working at a print shop. So I call in. He's like, come to work with me tomorrow. So I call in sick. I go to work. And my very first day, this doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
We pulled in $1,500.
Right.
He gave me $700. right there. He made an extra 100.
All right.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going back to work.
I mean, did he explain what the scam was before you, or did he explain what he was doing prior to that? Like, you're working at the print shop. Did you already know my buddy's selling speakers? Did he just say, I'm selling speakers?
He just said he's selling speakers. He's like, come on, a bunch of guys are doing it off of Powerline Road. Let's go there. Let's, come with me. So I show up to the warehouse, and there are 10 guys. 10 guys just smoking weed, drinking beers. It's 7:30 in the morning. So it's like run like a company. Pictures on the wall of, I remember one picture, it said, the big picture of a Ferrari with a chick in a bathing suit. It said, look him in the eye, pitch him high, watch him buy. And I was like, holy shit. People are just throwing around money. There's like 200 sets of speakers in the warehouse. Vans are pulling in, loading up, and they go, let's do a practice show. And I'm like, what the hell's a practice show? I mean, there's Motley Crue cranking. Right. Just people just talking about the money they made the day before.
The typical corporate atmosphere.
It was insane. And people drinking, 7:30.
All young guys.
All young guys. And then the boss shows up wearing his brand new high top Reeboks. Little.
How old is he?
He's 24. Pulls up in a Porsche. The other boss shows up driving a brand new Jaguar. You can't make this up. So then they say, let's do a practice show. And I'm like, I'm the new guy in there. There's 10 guys in there. So they pull the van in the warehouse, and they make believe they're in a parking lot. Just to pump everyone up. Yeah. You got Aerosmith cranking in the background. And then they're like, hey guy, do you want a set of speakers for your house? I'm on a delivery, I got 4 extra. And there was a guy that was made believe he was a customer.
Right.
Next to the van.
Yeah, one of the guys is playing.
Yeah, he's playing, So he's like, yeah, let me check him out. So he does a whole practice show. Hey guy, I'm on a delivery, I got 4 extra. He jumps out, slams a speaker on the ground, on the van door to make it seem like really loud. Slams it down. And I'm like,
you seem like it's heavy.
So you're starting to realize this isn't not right here.
Yeah, and I'm like, something's up. You know what I mean? But they had permits on the wall. Right. And the guy handed out permits to each van. If you get pulled over, it had one name on the permit. You know what I mean? The name of the company. Right. And we all used it. So it was like, all right. So we go out that day and we start pitching people. And I come back with $700 in my pocket. I was like, holy shit. So I went, rented a van.
This isn't a W-9. Like, this isn't, you don't get a W-2. You didn't fill out a W-9 on
No,
these,
I
right?
don't think so.
Maybe. You need your name, social security number, your address.
All cash. It was crazy. It was just insane. So then,
what about the print shop job?
Done. I didn't go back. Keep my paycheck. Keep it. It was a Tuesday or something. So I was like, I had one day. Keep it. I don't even want to go back. So then, like 3 months go by. We're still doing it.
Mike, really quickly, can you explain maybe the pitch? Like, what is your typical day? Because me not knowing it. Okay, I get that you're selling speakers. Are they stolen? Or what's the whole pitch? Like, how do you get? Like, here's
They're just shitty speakers.
Like, kind of go through that.
Explain what the scam is.
Yeah, explain what the scam is. Yeah.
I'm saying scam, but you guys have it set up borderline legit with permits, and so you guys kind of have an out, right? Like, you have at least some wiggle room if you get pulled over by the cops or somebody says something's wrong and they call the cops.
Let's go to this.
I just made a video talking about this manual
Reverse C, backwards C. What the fuck? C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Transmission in the new Ford Bronco, and judging by the comments, a lot of people got confused, so I'm gonna clear some things up. So first off, Ford calls this a 7-speed manual because you have 6 gears you can use on road, and then you have a 7th gear, which is your crawl gear.
Oh, it's just for crawl?
So this means the crawl gear / granny gear is outside of the normal H pattern 6-speed that you get with this manual. And to make this abundantly clear, to get into crawl, you have to pull this tab up and then pull to the side and then down, so the opposite of reverse. Now, although crawl has lower gearing than first gear, it is not 4-wheel drive low. As you can see, the new Ford Bronco manual still has a 4-wheel low that you can select. Hopefully that clears up all of your questions on this new manual. I just made a video talking about this manual transmission in the new Ford Bronco, and judging by the comments, a lot of people got confused, so I'm gonna clear some things up. So first off, Ford calls this a 7-speed
I like the Broncos. I mean, they might be flaming hot pieces of shit. I don't know, but I like the way they look. They're cool looking SUV, I guess. All right, we got to check out Chit.
Hey, Chit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Getting ready for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. It's your favorite holiday, huh?
Yeah. Never know what might happen.
Yeah.
I like the little skeleton you put out.
Yeah.
I didn't put that there.
Okay, nice try, Chit. Yeah, you're not going to get carried away like you did last year, are you?
No.
Chit, what are you guys doing?
Oh.
Working.
Crunching the numbers.
Hey, Peter, did you see our new intern? Wait, did that thing move?
That's enough. This is still a place of work. No more funny business.
Yeah, okay, you got it, Peter. Okay, Chit, let's knock it out. What the? Chit! Peter, how did you...
Chit's Halloween special. There's a couple that we missed. I'm sure you guys probably saw them on your own, but shorts. What did we miss? We saw all those. I think it'd be this one is the first one.
This budget's not adding up. There's only one person that can help. Olin, call him.
The Chit of the Tiger. That's too much copyrighted music.
What do you guys think?
Damn.
This is a mistake.
Let's do it.
That's where they break into corporate. We saw that one.
Here we go.
Meeting the founder. We saw that one.
Attack!
God, shit, is that totally necessary?
It's important to assert dominance early.
Yeah, just be careful with that knife, all right?
What?
So, Chit, you been enjoying our hiatus?
Yeah. This is the longest I've been off work since the time I got completely lost during that Tough Mudder race.
Well, what have you been doing with your time?
Little of this, little of that. All kinds of things. What about you?
Chit, careful with that knife.
Yeah.
So you excited for Halloween?
Yeah. Got the perfect costume.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Gonna be the scariest one.
Oh.
You want to see it?
You have it here? Yeah.
Okay. Be right back.
Okay.
Here we go.
Move a muscle.
Chit, put the knife down.
Damn.
God. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. This thing's way too big.
Chit, when am I going to... Where's Chit?
He'll be right back.
Now that we're not being sold, corporate's been breathing down my neck to get a proper budget in place. I just hope he's been working on it.
Crunch the numbers.
This is ridiculous.
Kyle, look. Ooh, show me the budget.
He's dressed up as his boss, and he says, "Show me the budget." Oh, that's so funny.
Better go with Plan B.
And then we get this 10, 27, 25, which is in 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Attack!
God, Chit, is that totally necessary?
Chit is funny.
It's important to assert.
Very good. I love Chit.
Just be careful.
I'm excited for his Halloween. So I hope it's like one of the long episodes like they have. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Dad, I want to go straight to you with this one. Please describe for me the first time you held me as a baby and the first time you held Haley as a baby.
When he came out.
Yeah, but describe it, he said.
Yeah. What were your feelings at that moment, at each of these moments?
Sorry, I saw something I was looking for.
Okay.
He was my kid.
Well, here's my kid.
Yeah. What were your feelings at that moment, at each of these moments?
Here's my kid.
Okay.
Well, here's my kid. The doctor's like, congratulations. You have a beautiful baby boy. All 5 fingers on each hand, all 5 toes. How are you feeling? Well, it's my kid. You had no feelings about having children?
What do you mean?
Like how you felt?
I mean, when I was delivered into your arms for the first time and you looked down into my beautiful blue eyes, what were your feelings?
Just what I said.
Here's my kid.
I know what his was responsibility, because before I had you, my water broke at home in the little apartment we lived in. We got ready. I said, we better get out of here. We better get to the hospital. He stopped me in the doorway and said, look at me. I go, what? He goes, it's never you and me anymore. We have big responsibility coming. We have responsibilities. Let's go get it. And that was you, Chad. And my kid.
I got a kid now. Dad, I want to go straight to you with this one. Please.
There was a couple of good clips out of here. Let's see. Short, Slatus. Oh, yeah. What about Newsmax getting kicked out of the Pentagon or not refusing to sign to cover the Pentagon?
Newsmax. Both basically told Trump to go himself here. Does that change your opinion of Newsmax?
Or they told Pete Hesketh, right? Not Trump.
What is with you guys?
We're speaking in tongues now. Do you ever see Sherry Shepherd do that on the beach?
The only thing I saw about this, and I didn't even know it until I saw it on the topics, he said it was necessary to maintain operational security and protect leaks, which have been leaked.
He leaks. Hegseth was the one in that Signal group chat leaking military information to anyone and everyone, to the Atlantic editor-in-chief.
And so has news people, though, too. News people do leaks all the time.
That's not what this is about. He put out a thing that said you have to sign this thing that basically says you can only report on the stuff we want.
They're not worried about leaks because it puts service members in danger. Most news agencies will heavily weigh potential breaking stories with, is this going to put a service member in harm's way that had nothing to do with this, right? And a lot of times, even like the Signal group chat, they won't release that information until after the mission's been accomplished, the same way they did with the Signal group stuff. It's because when they do fucked up shit, they don't want people reporting on it.
Want you to report on, and you can only say things that we approve. And all of these reporters, literally all of them, except for this one weird Christian network, were like, F you, including Newsmax, the very channel you guys...
I'm surprised they don't know OAN. That's right up their alley.
Yeah, and that's wild that like Newsmax was like, no, we've got journalistic integrity. We're walking out. Newsmax.
We want Newsmax.
Dad, are you with us?
That's insane.
Staring at the spiders?
What?
Look at...
I'm trying to get a reaction from you guys. What do you think of this?
I don't know.
I think nothing of it.
I'm kind of indifferent.
I'm all for the Pentagon not talking to any news people.
Fox and Newsmax both basically told Trump to go f himself here. Does that change your opinion of Newsmax?
Or they told Pete Hegseth, right?
Hegseth.
The people that were there promoting these ideas, that their actions showed that should be in jail. They're vile. They're a waste of skin.
They should be in jail for what?
Freedom of speech.
For promoting evil, promoting assassination, loving that Charlie Kirk got. They should be in jail.
It's freedom of speech.
No, not when your words go into actions, and they were proving by their actions.
What actions? You're saying the actions of speaking?
The girl that put, I won't even do it because it makes my stomach sick.
Okay, you don't have to do it.
That girl that put her finger up, like toward the neck. I won't even do it. I won't even give her a second of my time. That bitch should be in jail.
Jesus. For what? What's the crime?
For celebrating the death of...
She should be in jail because maggots were yelling at him in an O King protest, and she went like this. We don't even know what she was signaling, but potentially she was signaling like, Charlie Kirk got a shot in the neck, maybe.
Of someone that didn't deserve to die just because she doesn't agree with the same things that he believed in. That's why.
That is not a crime.
I think it's a vile crime. I think she should go to hell. The people that were there promoting these ideas, that their actions showed that should be in jail. They're vile. They're a waste of skin.
They should be in jail for what?
Freedom of speech.
For promoting evil, promoting assassination, loving that Charlie Kirk got. They should be in jail.
It's freedom of speech.
No, not when your words go into actions, and they were proving by their actions.
What actions? You're saying the...
Let me pause this. So it's just that little snippet. That's it. Is she saying bang? Woman brazenly mocks Charlie Kirk death during No King's protest. Oh, it's because he's holding up that hero Charlie Kirk flag. But these people are obviously going there to get that reaction, right? What why else would you go to the No Kings protest with a Charlie Kirk flag? They wanted this reaction. Anyways, that's what mom's all flustered about. I won't even do it, that bitch.
The people that were there promoting these ideas, that their actions showed that should be in jail. They're vile. They're a waste of skin.
They should be in jail for what?
Freedom of speech.
For promoting evil, promoting assassination, loving that Charlie Kirk got. They should be in jail.
It's freedom of speech.
No, not when your words go into actions, and they were proving by their actions.
What actions? You're saying the actions of speaking?
The girl that I won't even do it because it makes my stomach sick.
Okay, you don't have to do it.
That girl that put her finger up, like toward the neck. I won't even do it. I won't even give her a second of my time. That bitch should be in jail.
Jesus. For what? What's the crime?
For celebrating the death of someone that didn't deserve.
Oh yeah, it bothers them a lot.
She doesn't agree
Kirk shit.
with the same.
Way too much.
Run me through how George Soros pays them. How do you collect your money?
Venmo? He got 7 million Venmo?
Stop it. He's trying to.
Excuse me.
No, he makes.
Is it taxable?
No, it's not taxable.
Okay, so he's paying them cash under the table?
He doesn't give a shit about $350 million. You're so ignorant.
How is the money exchanged?
It doesn't get exchanged. He puts up all the money for everybody's transportation to go to and from, and he pays for all their signs.
Okay, so he's not paying the protesters then?
So he pays for their transportation and their signs, but you're saying paid protesters.
Oh, God.
Okay, let that drop. Let that drop for a minute.
You are ignorant.
No,
why can we?
That's your main point of contention with this is that he's paying these protesters. I'm asking you, how is he doing?
I'm not going to talk to you about it anymore. You know why? Because you're ignorant.
When I ask you any question that gets deeper than Soros is paying the protesters, I'm like, okay, how is he doing it? How do they collect their check? You have no idea.
I just told you, you stupid shit.
How? How do they collect their checks?
They don't have to collect checks. He pays for their transportation.
That means he's not paying the protesters then.
Is it?
All right, whatever you say, Mr. Hotshot.
Thank you, Mr. Hotshot.
Hot shot 1, dad 0.
Uh-oh.
Run me through.
Uh-oh.
So 7 million people participated in this protest because this was the second one. The first one was not that successful, so apparently they had to do another one.
The 2 largest protests in world history. Yeah, wasn't that?
No, the first one was the biggest protest in American history up to this point. Now this one is.
But Trump received 74 million votes as our president. I feel, if anything, this was more not against Trump, but against America in the whole.
Yeah, it was a hate America protest. You're right.
If we really did have a king, you wouldn't be able to be out in that street protesting.
Motherfucker, that's why we protest. This is the Maja argument. We don't have a king. This is stupid. You protest to make sure that doesn't happen.
That was being mean to me.
It's just, you're just like blind. You're just blind.
Okay. I'm still talking. These,
you know who's blind? You and Chad are
You know who's blind?
7 million people protested Donald Trump, and you think somebody paid them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And out of those 7 million people, how many you think were illegal?
There was a bunch of people that did that, Billy, that rented buses and shit.
You're telling me that George Soros paid all these people, but I'm stupid.
So 7 million people participated in this protest because this was the second one. The first one was not that successful, so apparently they had to do another one.
No, the first one was the biggest protest in American history.
Damn it. All right, let's do this.
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28.
So that's Steve Bannon. And by this point, you should know who Steve Bannon is. But in case you don't know who Steve Bannon is, let's go all the way back to 2016 so that you can understand not only who he is, but how important he is to Trump's presidency. It was Steve Bannon who had the idea for Trump way back in his first campaign to call up the Basement Brigade. And in case you don't know who the Basement Brigade is, it's who we currently call MAGA. You see, when Trump called out all the QAnon basement dwellers, that was Steve Bannon's brainchild. Appeal to the disenfranchised, poor, white people who feel like everything is against them in this world. Steve Bannon is behind the far-right publication Breitbart. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Steve Bannon is a far-right guy, and Steve Bannon, I'm here to tell you, doesn't care about the Constitution. He only cares about establishing a far-right regime in America, and he only wants to make sure that Democrats and leftists never have a voice again in government, ever. That's who Steve Bannon is. Steve Bannon is a major reason Trump won the first presidency and a major advisor on his second campaign, and now a lead advisor to the president himself. So when Steve Bannon speaks, you should probably believe him. He's not joking. He's not doing it just to get a rise out of you. Let me lay out for you real quickly some analysis I made. I spent 13 years as an Army intelligence collector. My job was to connect the dots. My job was to take pieces of intel and put them together and save people's lives. So now let me use my job skills to put some pieces together for you, and let's try to save America. But first, like the video, leave a comment, good or bad. What do you think about it? And if my analysis provides you some insight you didn't have before, hit the subscribe button. Okay, first, look at this picture. The picture on top is the White House complex. The picture on the bottom is the White House complex now. Notice anything missing? Yep. An entire building that was previously known as the East Wing, it's gone. The president has had the entire East Wing of the White House demolished. Did you wrap your head around that yet? Now, what does that have to do with what Steve Bannon said? Just stick with me. I promise you, I'm going to make a point. But the East Wing is gone to build a ballroom that nobody wanted but Donald Trump. Listen, of all the things we need in America, universal health care, lower rent prices, ending price gouging, we need to lower home prices, we need equitable and fair education, we need to address the class disparity. There's a lot of things we need in America, none of which is a fucking ballroom. The only motherfucker that wants a ballroom is the motherfucker who just had the East Wing of the White House destroyed so that he could have his big boy ballroom, just to host events that nobody gives a fuck about, by the way. And oh, by the way, we're in a government shutdown, and he somehow has the money and resources to demolish the East Wing. But there's military members that are going to food banks for food, by the way. So Exhibit A,
Jesus Christ,
Wing of the White House. Exhibit B, look at this picture. What do you notice in the Oval Office? The god-awful gold plating. Look what this motherfucker has done to the Oval Office. It literally looks like some scene out of an 80s movie of a drug lord who just came into a bunch of money and didn't know how to spend it. It looks disgusting. The history of the Oval Office, the history of the White House, the history of the White House complex, everything that is and defines the White House is just being shit on by this guy with zero taste. Now, Exhibit C. See these dumbass umbrellas in this picture that used to be a rose garden until he had it entirely demolished and covered in pavement? Now, if you ever get time, look up the White House rose garden and the history there. Lots of history. Go look it up. Read about it. But now that history is under pavement with god-awful umbrellas and chairs as if we're by the fucking beach. This guy's trying to make an 80s West Palm Beach house in D.C. This is not his house. This is the people's house. But when I take Exhibits A, B, and C together, you start realizing he sees it as his house. And do you think he's going to destroy the entire East Wing, spend all these hundreds of millions of dollars with all the donors' monies and taxpayer money to build this big, beautiful ballroom so that
it's disgustingly tacky?
That egomaniacal, narcissistic weirdo.
He's making another Mar-a-Lago.
Somebody else enjoy his big, beautiful ballroom? You've lost your fucking mind. Do you think that he's gold-plated the Oval Office so the next guy can come in and strip it all down? You think he built his big, beautiful umbrella patio so
he said he had to call his gold guy.
Other people could have
him come in and do this.
He doesn't plan on moving out. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That you can tell most about people by their actions. Words matter, yes, but believe their words when their words start matching their actions. You better goddamn well believe them then. If this guy was pregnant, I would say he's about to go into labor. We call this nesting when you get the house ready for the new baby. Well, he's getting the house ready for his third term. Now, talking about exhibits, talking about behavior, talking about connecting the dots. This is the guy who, first day in office, signed an executive order that was in direct contradiction to the Constitution when he tried to overturn birthright citizenship. This is the same guy who's got a private army, one of the highest funded armies in the world, ICE, out kidnapping people off the street without constitutionally protected due process. This is the same guy who ignores the orders of federal judges and does what he wants anyway. Fuck constitutional checks and balances. This is the same guy who signed an executive order that you should be locked up for a year if you burn the flag. First Amendment be damned. This is the same guy who wants comedians fired. First Amendment be damned. This is the same guy who said that peaceful protesters should be dealt with by the military because the First Amendment be damned. This is the guy who hates the Constitution. So when you say he's not going to run a third term, it's just Trump being Trump. This is the guy who has Trump 2028 merchandise in his store, who's building the White House in his own image so that he can enjoy it for as long as he's alive on this earth, because he doesn't plan on leaving that fucking White House. And if you think that the Constitution and the 22nd Amendment is going to stop him, then I really don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Have you not been paying attention? They have circumvented all the rules. The Republicans don't follow the rules. And why do we still call them Republicans, by the way? This is the MAGA party. MAGA doesn't follow the rules. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about the Constitution. They burn the Constitution and wrap themselves in a flag. And they call that patriotism. Rather than wrapping themselves...
And talk about how they're the real patriots.
Burning the flag like a real patriot. So when you hear Steve Bannon say Trump is going to run in 2028, you better...
So bad. I mean, like a character in a movie that people would make fun of because they're like Goldfinger, right? Like so fucking bad.
Damn well believe him. And when you hear Steve Bannon say that they have a plan, you better goddamn well believe him. And if you think that the plan's some above the water plan that would pass a judicial scrutiny test, that would pass the constitutional litmus test, you've lost your mind. They're going to do their standard misinformation, disinformation campaign where they twist up words and go in a roundabout way that's not real. Federal judges are going to block them. The Supreme Court's going to eventually hear the case and give them what they want because the Supreme Court is bought and paid for and is as corrupt as it's ever been. The Supreme Court's nothing more than a kangaroo court at this point. So when he says they have a plan, they have a plan. So that brings me to my point of my entire rant here. That brings me to what I really want to say to you, to everybody else, to the other 2/3 of the country that doesn't want to see this guy become a dictator, that doesn't want to see this guy become a king, to the other 2/3 of the country who's not behind the bullshit, to the other 2/3 of the country that didn't vote for this fucking asswipe. I have a question for you. Do we have a fucking plan? Because if your plan is to wait until the 2026 election so we can get a Democratic majority, you're not paying attention. Because if your plan is to get a better, more progressive candidate in 2028 so we can get them out, you're not paying attention. They're rigging the election. They're rigging the system. They're gerrymandering the map. They're purging the voting rolls. They're going after their political opponents. They're weaponizing the Justice Department. Hell, they're weaponizing the entire government. They don't plan on leaving. And the only way they see themselves going out is hell or high water, kicking and screaming. So the only way we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen is if we have a plan. And ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, that plan better be immediate. It better be good because we don't have until 2026. We don't have until 2028. They've already got their 2026 and 2028 plans laid out. We can't even get people to show up for more than 4 hours on a Saturday at the No Kings rally. We need you to show up and stay. We need a plan. Our country is in danger. Ring all the alarm bells, all the red flags. I'm not playing. I know you're probably tired of hearing me say it, hearing other people say it as well, but I'm tired of seeing people not believe it. It's not just words. The 2026 elections are not going to save us. We got to save us, and we have to save us now. So what's our goddamn plan?
All right, guys, it's like 2 a.m. I went longer than I was supposed to. This fucking print's still going, but hopefully it finishes soon. I'm going to be here. I got some stuff to paint, take care of. I'm probably going to shorten these sticks some because this is going to be too large, I think, with this in the middle. I've got them at 12 inches right now. I'll probably reduce them down to about 8 inches or so. Yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I'm doing some Halloween costume. When it's done, I'll take a picture of it and throw it around and you guys can see it. I'm making, I think I got a picture of it. This. See that? Yeah, the sticks need to be a lot smaller, but I get it. Get them painted. Boo at the Zoo is going on tomorrow, which is like part of the thing he needs his costume for. Oh, I also hand did some. Check this out. I did all these by hand. Some ribbon. Chip the Ripper. Well, let me open that. Yes. Open the picture. Oh, there it is. So I made, sorry, this is on my crotch, but I made this ribbon with just Sharpie and some yellow ribbon I found. but it's to recreate. I don't think I have it open anymore, do I? It's to recreate this. Open image in a new tab. Oh, it downloaded it for some reason. Well, open it, you piece of shit. All right, so you see this ribbon around him and like this alphabet and then like these that's on there. So I made this to mimic that so we can put it around his costume. What do you think? This looks all right, right? I invented a new language. It's just a long-ass piece of ribbon to add to his costume tomorrow because he's already got the cloak, like a black cloak. Yeah, add these other things. I know he's usually got a pouch and a belt. I might work on that before Halloween, before next Friday. But for tomorrow, he's just going to have this, the yellow ribbon, and the little bomb thing that he's holding right here. All right. Have a good night, guys. I'll be working on this. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Support the show if you want to. At buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. That's how I pay the bills. Thank you all for being here and hanging out with me tonight. I know it wasn't much of a show, but I got Halloween shit to do. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you about the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See ya. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit.
Where my true believer?
Y'all need Jesus.
Praise the Lord, head to the extreme.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's...
Yeah, that's why we ended, Hetsuko. Thanks. That's exactly why we stopped the show, because you just got here.
People, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set.
You know what? I don't even think you're that spicy. I'll be honest with you.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
I think you're just fucking with us.
Get lit, get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up.
Good night to everybody except for very bland Atsuko. Not even umami, okay? Just bland.
I strapped him to my shoes and then I